Give me a sign, will everything be alright? I need a sign, cause I don't wanna waste my time. Sometimes I don't wanna wake up, I feel tired in my bed, wanna lay up. Watch TV instead, about fake love. Let the drama unfold with my brain numb. Yeah, I'm still digesting everything that's going on, second guessing if this world is a place worth saving. I feel lost in this world as of lately. Give me a sign, will everything be alright? I need a sign, cause I don't wanna waste my time. I wish I knew if all of my dreams would come true. I wanna be free, I gotta find a way to believe. All I know is that if I give up then it's over, but if I keep going every day's a bit closer. Highs and the lows feels like a roller coaster, it's never over. I gotta find a way to get inspired in this life. Stop looking out and start looking inside. Find what I love and take a little pride. Anything is better than complaining about life. I don't need help, I could do it by myself. No pain, no gain, I will go through hell. Do what it takes, I will break out of my shell. I'm never coming back, once I'm gone I'm out. Yeah, got me like ooh, watch me on the screen, you gon' see me making moves. You gon' see me scheme like I got something to prove. Working like a fiend, yeah I do just what I do. Got a purpose, got a view, turn my vision into truth. My dreams are becoming lucid. The more I work improving, the more I fight, keep moving. I am not losing, pride keeps me refueling. I will be better real soon, yeah. Real soon, yeah. Give me a sign, will everything be alright? I need a sign, cause I don't wanna waste my time. I wish I knew if all of my dreams would come true. I wanna be free, I gotta find a way to believe. Gotta believe, I will make it happen one day. You gon' see my face in my name. Came to this place to be great, okay, okay. I will make it happen one day. You gon' see my face in my name. Came to this place to be great, okay, okay. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, so until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it. just think carefully, I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Hello and welcome to my Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick. Let's go ahead and turn on the cameras here. Oh my goodness, what a day today. It's been pretty wild. This keeps getting wilder and wilder and wilder, and as the day continues to progress with this craziness, let's bring some sanity into this conversation, right? Let's go ahead and bring in the one, the only Tyson DeLacruz. Yo, what's up, Tyson?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Oh man, it's getting weirder. It's getting the stories are getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah. For sure, man.
We're gonna
honestly just stay vigilant, stay blessed, keep gratitude. These are all components that I've just been really leaning into over the past 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing so much stuff. I need a mental break a little bit, but I can't stop because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes, and it's getting. I mean, we're gonna talk about this Charlie Kirk thing that happened yesterday. I think that's gonna dominate the show today. I think that's what we're just gonna be talking about. I saw today a few things. They did release some photos of the individual. They showed. I just seen a video off of TMZ of the shooter walking before the shooting took place at the university. Even to witchcraft, that they hired witches to put spells on Charlie, and it's getting really weird.
That's wild.
And the reason why I say it's getting weird, because didn't we just go through some kind of shooting that had some scripts written out on weapons and bullets and so forth? And now we have another incident that happened yesterday, and they have all these trans and all this craziness written on the weapon.
Yep. I briefly saw some information regarding that. I haven't seen any like official proof or anything like that, but I've heard just through X, through other accounts, that there was some situation. And then I believe the DOJ had released some information regarding that, which we can dive into here in a bit too.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just jump right into it. I got a video to put up, so let's go right to it, as we're going to break it right now. Benny Johnson, let's go straight for it.
In the coming weeks, this channel will be devoted to two core missions. One will be the remembrance of Charlie Kirk and the continuation of his life's mission of spreading light into darkness. And two will be the dispatching and destruction of that darkness, the dark cultural and political forces that stole Charlie from us, that called so longingly for something bad to happen to Charlie. You cannot live in a society like that. You cannot continue on when half of the nation celebrates the wholesale slaughter by a coward's bullet in Utah of Charlie Kirk, a loving father devoted and honorable husband, an upstanding man, and a generational force, somebody with a prophetic calling on his life, somebody who I considered a friend. The time for grieving, ladies and gentlemen, will happen. Now is the time for action. President Trump knows this. I've never seen President Trump so angry and sad than he was today. You can see him here at a 9/11 memorial. President Trump is forlorn. I have personally witnessed President Trump call Charlie Kirk his son. Charlie Kirk was effectively a Trump child, and every Trump child will admit to that. Donald Trump's fourth son, cut down by what we believe to be this individual, at the very least the FBI, has only put out a single image, and this is it, of this individual, a white male wearing a black t-shirt, long sleeves, wearing a shirt with an eagle and American flag on it, no doubt trying to blend in. Someone who is wandering with black sunglasses and a hat. The FBI is saying, we are asking for the public's help in identifying this person of interest in connection to the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, Utah University. Call, please, if you have any information. And now we have the chilling image of the sniper's nest here. This is, of course, where Charlie was sitting answering questions, and this would have been the exact location of Charlie Kirk's assassin, sitting right here. And the videos that you see of someone crawling on the roof, those were accurate. This was where that individual was crawling. There are markers down on the roof that show footprints and or fingerprints.
Wow.
And a small divot of where that individual lie. Newly released photos from the sniper's nest reveal shooter's point of view during the attack on Charlie Kirk. The manhunt remains active and the suspect is still at large, which is terrifying. I want to just stop for a second and note something about this sniper's nest. This entire scenario is making my hair stand on end because of its sophistication. Let me explain. When President Trump was shot in Butler, many who haven't really studied both assassinations would say, well, you know, Charlie and President Trump, madman and a lunatic and whatever you want to call him, loner, Antifa member, leftist, loser. They take a rifle and they take a shot at Charlie and or President Trump, right? They're similar situations, but they're not when you really study them. We went to Butler and we physically stood and laid down where Matthew Thomas Crooks was, and you could see really in the data the lack of sophistication. Matthew Thomas Crooks was a lumbering jackass who bumped into the cops, who had a rangefinder, who had a big black backpack, who was making himself well known, who was photographed clear as day at the event. He drew the attention of police and even had a police escort out of the event. He was denied entry. He then lumbered across a rooftop and everyone was pointing at him and saying, look at this, who is on the roof? He made himself well known. Footage from behind President Trump showed Matthew Thomas Crooks as he lunked across the roof. You could see his rifle in his hand. Now, it'll remain a generational mystery as to why law enforcement didn't act on the assassin. That's not what this video is about. What I am saying here is that with this imagery, you can see that we are dealing with someone who thought this out ahead of time, who potentially practiced at this location, who's far more sophisticated, and who was not able to be captured on video. This is about as clear of a shot as you have.
Wow, look at that.
This is a still frame from just a moving video, not even trying to capture any individual on the rooftop.
He's laying down.
And all you can see is just a small black divot. This is somebody who got away. Matthew Thomas Crooks, of course, was killed on sight. This is someone who left very little behind. Although they say they have his gun, some people are speculative on that. There does seem to be a enormous amount of forensics that is being deployed right now Charlie Kirk murder suspect still on the loose. Cash Patel and Dan Bongino scheduled to come to Utah. We're on.
That's what's
the ground.
shocking me.
There was supposed to be a press conference, but it has been postponed due to rapid developments today. That was a few hours ago. So hopefully they've caught this individual, but we've heard absolutely nothing to this point. Now, we do know that they've also caught 2 other individuals. Who were they? Well, they were not the shooter, according to the FBI. Were they decoys? Were these people who were working in concert with the shooter? The shooter's exact point of view reveals chilling new photos from Sniper's Nest. You can see here the images. And this is the gun recovered in Charlie Kirk's assassination, reveal ammo, board, pro-trans, Antifa messages, according to sources. So this is the firearm that they allegedly recovered. I see great speculation as to whether this is the firearm.
Who leave a firearm like that?
This is a decoy. You can see here the map that matches up. You can see here the 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle that can fire just a single round at a time. Charlie Kirk here. A single bullet. I suppose that would be the other difference between this and Butler. Whereas in Butler, you saw a mad spraying of bullets in a psychotic and untrained manner. This was a single shot. A single shot. You can see here all that we have. All that we have.
Here's what I don't get.
Dark image of Charlie Kirk. That's
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all we have.
That this is the same. It's the same situation with Butler.
Yep.
They saw some individual on the roof. Okay, this individual is clearly with the phone situation. Oh, look, there's somebody up there. Why didn't they say anything? Why didn't they get anybody? Why didn't they say, hey man, like there's somebody clearly on the roof here?
Yeah.
And you're at a Charlie Kirk event. A Charlie Kirk event just in general doesn't have like crazy security like, a presidential event or
you don't have a detail.
Right, like a big celebrity situation. Charlie Kirk is a celebrity, but from what I heard, that there was 6 security people. They weren't checking for. They didn't have metal detectors or anything like that, and the access to that roof was easily accessible through a stairway and a grass hill that led directly up to the roof. If somebody is doing this with the camera, why didn't somebody say something?
I would like to know, because this looks like it was pre-planned, right? I would like to know if there is video footage, if they held the video footage for more than a month and seen anybody going during that direction up to that roof. There has to be cameras facing, throughout the campus and showing maybe this individual probably come in, and checking out and scoping out the place. Because it seems like this guy does not go to this school, but he did know this school.
Yeah, but he looks like a college student though. He looks like a college student.
Yeah, he does. He does look like he could be no more than what, maybe maybe in the 20, maybe 1920. He looked very skinny, little scrawny little dude.
Yeah.
He probably weighs about $115.
Yeah, if they're over here taking photos, how come they didn't say nothing,
Yeah, exactly. They didn't learn from what happened with Trump and that attempt, and they see someone in the roof and is suspiciously like laying down. It's not like he was up there sitting on a lawn chair. Like, he very suspicious looking and has a direct view of where Charlie is and just took that shot. And I've seen so many videos of the impact of what Charlie, and let me tell you, man, I knew it as soon as when I first felt the news. I got so scared. I was on my show yesterday, and what was weird, right? I spoke at the end of the beginning of my first 4 hours that I did, and I said the next 2 weeks the energy is very high. Something's going to happen in the next 2 weeks that's going to shock the world. That everybody's going to be like, holy shit. Literally, no more than a few minutes after I said that, comes breaking news. My show, I'm ending my show with the music and everything, and I'm coming back on. I'm like, whoa, show's not over. Breaking news, and then automatically I'm hearing the news on here, and I'm like, he's dead. Something keeps telling me he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. The energy, I was feeling it. I must have said it over maybe 30, 40 times that he's dead. And even before that was like almost like an hour before they announced that he died.
You got so yeah. Steph and Terry said it was a transformer.
Oh, the Transformers again. Wow.
You think a transformer has that type of shot? I don't know. Like
Hey,
so
then
200 yards away. If they have aside from like an iron sight on there, like some type of optic
they have a scope.
sight.
It has a scope. I'm sure that weapon has a scope, and I wouldn't worry about
to carry the weapon from the vehicle up to the perch wherever they were at. They got to be really careful with those optics, because if it hits something, because it's not going to be in a regular carrying, it's not going to be in a regular rifle case. It's going to be in a bag. And honestly, like to discard the weapon. I'm just being transparent. Like to discard the weapon in a wooded area where the suspect fled, like the way that it is that Benny just showed it, and that I've seen in some articles.
You know what?
I don't know. It just seems
let's do this.
Dumb. Like I'm not a criminal, but I'm not leaving stuff. Like I'm not leaving the gun. I'm not leaving anything.
Yeah. Well, we got to know if that gun was left there, was that weapon actually discharged? You know what I mean? They got to check to see if that, and it will have residue within the chamber if that firearm was discharged, and if that was the weapon that took Charlie out. But the way that this gentleman was taking this weapon into the school, I think I have a video. This is one YouTuber that I watch, and his channel is JLR Investigates.
Shout out to JLR Investigates.
Let me tell you, this dude is fucking amazing with his investigations, and I just want to jump right into that and show you guys the latest video that's just been posted. So here we go. Give me 1 second to set it up.
A neighbor surveillance showing the suspect walking. I got shocking video here that I'm going to share with you, and then we'll further discuss. Check it out.
He's walking like he has the gun in his pants. Like he has the weapon.
Back real quick. We'll wind it back real quick.
Hold on. Let me make it bigger. How about let's make it bigger? He's walking with he's dragging that leg. Oh, it's gonna rewind on its own.
Okay,
Tyson, here we go. I think they have several views and they zoom into it, I believe. There he goes. Look. Why is he dragging his leg like that? Like he has like a limp. You see, it's like he's pulling with his left leg, and his right leg is like the dragging leg. Could it be that the weapon is in his pants or something?
Could be.
Or like he's walking stiff. Someone went in the woods though, in that yard. We're watching this for the first time. This is actually from TMZ, but watching on JLR Investigates. And this is oh, there's some movement there. I saw something there. Look, like he took off his
All right,
pants.
this is Google Maps. This is
He took off his
Utah
pants and
Valley
ran.
University. This is the spot.
Yeah, so there
Charlie
was some
Kirk was
footage.
shot. The shooter right here on the building where you see level 1. This is where the shot was taken from, top of the building. There you could see. And what happened here is after the shooting, the shooter ran down the roof and then apparently off the roof. And it appears the shooter ran probably down the sidewalk or this area and across the street from Utah Valley University and then into the neighborhood here. Into the neighborhood.
Oh shit.
Maybe popped out right here at the park instead of just going through neighborhoods or anything like that, or like going through neighbors' yards. He just goes down this walkway here to not look suspicious because people walk, and then hit the streets. And he's seen on video where I just showed you in this neighborhood here. So this whole neighborhood, which is crazy for this university, just butts right up to the university. And it's almost like here's an opportunity for someone to walk unnoticed through the park, through the trail, and then onto the streets of the neighborhood. You don't really necessarily look odd walking down the street, but right after the shooting chaos, maybe he parked nearby on the street somewhere. Maybe he walked away. Maybe he went over here to the church and parked. Maybe he went over to the church and parked. Park at the church. Come over here. This is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who put out a statement, by the way. Walk 800 Street to S725 West and do that. That's a possibility. It's a more likely scenario. I don't know how far this guy's going to walk through the neighborhood, but you can walk a block away and go in this parking lot and then drive off and go down 800. Drive away. Go to Orem Park. Then connect to I-15. Get out of there. Definitely a possibility. I mean, this makes sense to me right here. It really does. Right here. Park here at Church of Latter-day Saints. Shoot down 800 Street. 800 Street, and then get here to West Center Street. Hit West Center Street. Get on the exit ramp. Gone. I-15, which I-15, north-south, can take you up to Salt Lake City, Provo, or all the way down farther away. Could go anywhere. Mm-hmm. I-15. Look. What do you think? Crazy. What's your thoughts? What happened here? Let me know what you think. So that is the neighborhood. Appears he could have navigated through homes or through the sidewalks there before and after the shooting. He walks with a limp, or is that a gun in his pants? Notice how he walks. One of his legs looks
I thought it was a gun in his pants.
Like a limp, but that could be him carrying the gun in his leg.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And afterward, it doesn't seem like he limps as much as if he discarded the weapon. He was walking regularly, walking through the neighborhood. He used that neighborhood to go in there and infiltrate the school and then use that same neighborhood to get out. I suspect he probably parked at a nearby business, probably the Church of Latter-day Saints parking lot or a parking lot near there to get out of Dodge, or maybe even the neighborhood parked along the streets to get out. Who is the shooter? So far, he hasn't been publicly identified. However, the FBI feel they know who this guy is. As soon as this guy's identity gets revealed, you'll hear it here on JLR Investigate. Sub to the channel, hit the notification button. He'll be caught. He'll be caught very, very soon. And when he does, we'll share everything on JLR Investigates.
That'd be awesome. They do Tyson, man. What do you think, man?
Yeah, him walking with the limps kind of suspect.
I believe he had a gun in.
I see Steph in there. She says a prosthetic or sprained the ankle, but there's a possibility that it was in his pants. It was in his pants. He took off. It looks like he took off his pants. There was some other footage also that I saw.
But you got to remember, Tyson.
Where it was at, but he had shorts on.
Real quick, Tyson. This was before the shooting.
Right.
The video we're seeing. So that limp we're seeing is before the shooting. So I could play it again. And you're gonna see him come limping. He looks like he has a pimp with the limp, you see? And this is before the shooting.
Yeah,
so
something's in there because towards the end of that, when he's running on the back end of that gray house, he doesn't have his pants on. So where's his pants?
Yeah. I mean, he is carrying a bag with him, so maybe he put his pants in his bag. You see, there it is. Like,
but he's running there,
Yeah, he's running there.
He probably took. That's probably right there. Right there is where he probably started taking off his pants, putting his stuff in there, because when he jumps out of here, it looks like he has shorts on.
Yes, and he's running. Just give it a moment, because it takes him a while to take off his damn pants. But you see all the people that are around there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that university backs just like an open neighborhood like that. Like there's no.
A lot of students could be there.
Yeah, there's no.
There he is.
Thing.
Yeah, there he is, and look, there he goes running.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't have pants on, black pants.
Yeah. Yeah, he took off his pants. Oh man, a lot of things are running through my head. Something says setup. Setup. This was all pre-planned, and like it kind of gives me this Butler feeling, man.
There were some reports in regards of Charlie Kirk having some conversations with some people that he was kind of not fearful, but he had some inklings about his life being taken. Man, this is it's funky because they said they had 2 people in custody. Right after it happened, they had that old guy in custody. They cut off the interviewer when they were interviewing him. I think I shared it on the live. I think you did too. Mm-hmm. But they cut off this guy saying, hey, George, I think his name is George Zim was the old guy. They say, hey, that's not him. But it's interesting because that gives enough gap. I'm just speculating here. That just gives enough gap for an individual to take off his pants, run to the car, do whatever he needs to do, and dip on out. If that's a decoy.
I heard something today too, that a book was released on Charlie Kirk shooting yesterday.
Yep.
Actually, not even yesterday. It was on the 9th.
Yep.
I think it was on Amazon or something. They put it. I mean, I'm trying to find that story so we can watch.
I'll pull it. Hold up.
What's that about? A book was released before, him being killed.
Let me see if they took it down.
I don't see it. I may have it on my. Give me one sec too. I gotta go digging, and I gotta dig on my phone. But I feel like there's something's not right. When something don't smell right, you just got to speak up and say something's not right, and definitely something's not right here. Something keeps screaming out setup in my head, like it's like it was a setup, setup.
Let me see. The shooting of Charlie Kirk.
And Tyson, if you want to share, you could share at any time. I believe it should be
Yeah,
allow you.
let me find it. Let me find it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find the what I saw, and I don't think I saw it on YouTube. I don't believe, but I'm gonna have to check my phone. Um, yeah,
Let me see if
it's
I can
very
find it.
demonic. I feel like was definitely like it's definitely an assassination. We know that for a fact, of course, but the premeditative part of it, this was pre-planned for a good while. Something says 6 months in advance.
Did they take it down?
I don't see it here. I think they took it down. I'm gonna check my phone. Give me a sec. I'll find this shit. I'm more faster with my phone.
But here's the. I was trying to pull it up on Amazon.
Uh huh.
Let's see.
Let me see if Benny even talks about it.
I got
let me
it
see
on
if he
shared right now.
doesn't even talk about it. Okay.
Can you access the
All right,
share
I'm gonna bring
screen?
it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
Thanks.
and different percentage. Okay, let me take this off. Here we go. Yes, there it is.
So the shooting by Anastasia J. Casey, the shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of Utah Valley University attack aftermath and America's response. Published date September 9th.
Hmm. And you know, it takes a while to write a book. So how who, you know, this is what are the coincidences, right?
Yeah.
And I truly wonder what's in that book.
So I tried to pull this up on Amazon. If any of you guys in the chat, want to pull it up, here's the author. It didn't pull up for me,
Let me check on mine.
but so the original published date was September 9th, 2025, and then it was readjusted on September 11th, 2025. It's wild. How do I get into this chat?
No results on Amazon for me. No results. And it's called the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no results. Chat GPT wrote that book. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Right on 7. I'm gonna check out that one after I finish the show 7. Um, yeah, I got no results for the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Try checking your spelling or using more general terms. Why would they tell me that? If that's weird. Let me see something. Maybe let me check on Google. Now, did that book released for sale, or or was it like a pre-order type of thing?
I'm
Because
not
if
sure.
it did it get released, did people get a copy of it?
It looks like it was a Kindle version.
So it's a Kindle, so they could. Okay. This is crazy. The way they because I see it here on Google, right, on Amazon. It says the shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University attack. That cannot be so like specific, Tyson.
Right. Right.
That like I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. I'm gonna send it to you, Tyson. That's fucking crazy, my man. That is. Let me click on it, see what it takes me to. No, they took it down. They took it down, but let me just send this to you, Tyson.
Terry says they took it down. Looks like.
Yeah, I sent it to you, bro. This is getting weird, man. Could this be a psyop? Maybe an internal hit from maybe I don't know. Maybe like because the Butler kid got a lot of like training and info from the FBI. Can maybe this kid be influenced too in some kind of way too?
That's a possibility, man. It's
You
a
know,
possibility. You know, where was this account from Crowder? Here it is right here. This morning Crowder had posted something. And it says all cartridges have been engraved wording on them expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. An emergency trace has been submitted. That was from Crowder this morning.
hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like it's a fraud, Stephanie. I totally agree because it's just too specific and but the timing though, the date on it, you know what I mean? Because it was published. It was I think on the 9th. Like it was put up on Amazon, I believe, on the 9th. The incident happened the 10th.
Right.
So how did they know? Like I think it was like 16, 17 hours before the shooting that was uploaded.
Yeah.
Something's
Steph Steph writes, "This is sick. A person trying to profit and and got caught." Yeah, it's gross. It's disgusting. You know, individuals trying to profit on something like this so quickly. There was another book that was published today, I believe it was on Amazon Kindle, and it's like, dude, these people have no morals. You
no.
want to make money on a book without the information. You don't have all the information. You don't have all the details to write an appropriate book. You just want to, sell a book for $9 or $9.99, whatever this price was. How much is this book? This book is
$6.99.
$6.99. What are you gonna make $6.99? Kendall takes like 30%. Okay, you're trying to make a couple bucks off of a fictitious thing.
It would have been more interesting if he would have put 666.
He for sure would have been
Yeah,
got that. He would have got that
I mean?
knock at the door. He would have been like,
Yeah.
Anastasia J. Casey would have got the knock at the door. 666. Anastasia, come out.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is wild, man. I
You know,
honestly just I feel yesterday was tough. I feel bad for the family. I feel bad for the kids. And I also feel bad for the individuals that saw that stuff, because they were there They were there.
How about that guy that was celebrating? You didn't see the
Yeah.
one that he was like this. He was
Yeah.
we did it type of like. Who does that? And there was a shooting, and he's like all smiling and happy.
Maybe
I'm
he was
like,
toked out or something. I don't know. You know, maybe he was toked out and he saw the camera and he was like, "Hey." I don't know. I don't know, man. But
I don't know. There's been a lot of weirdness on the internet with a lot of, you could tell who are the libs and who are the conservatives, but if they color their hair a certain troll color, perfectly purple and blue, beware of them. Be cautious with them. They should be walking around with a warning sign.
and that's the biggest bull crap right now is I am so disgusted on the highest level of individuals cheering and advocating for somebody else's murder. That is absolutely gross. It's disgusting. It's demonic. It's dark. It's cold. Regardless on what your political views are, regardless on what you believe or not believe, or what political positions you hold, you never should advocate for somebody else's murder.
Yeah,
It's gross. They're
that's
over here on
despicable.
TikTok. Oh, yeah, he got murdered. No. Actually, and I want to put this on blast on here because I used to be part of the Realtors Association out here.
Mhm.
And there was an individual that was like heavily posting stuff like, oh, this POS finally got what he deserved, all this other stuff in the comments, like, oh, finally, blah, blah, blah. This dude, get this guy is a board director, and he sits on the board at the Realtors Association. And guess what happened today? I posted it on Twitter. I don't advocate for somebody losing their job, but they parted ways with him today.
Good.
I posted his phone number. I told my buddies to share it. My buddy emailed everybody, and he lost. They parted ways today.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of these demonic Democrats that are all up in joy, and remember, anything you put on the internet is saved and can be monitored at a later time. Trust me, they have AI to do this job for them, to scan everybody and make sure who's who, what's what, and like red flag certain individuals for using certain tones and certain words. Everything you say, and especially here on YouTube, can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Check this out. Terry just sent this over. Hold on. Boom. There it is. Who is Anastasia J. Casey, mysterious author behind the shooting of the Charlie Kirk book? This was posted 4 hours ago. Shout out. Recently surfaced book title, Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley attack, aftermath, and America's response, has caused a stir on social media amid ongoing investigations into Charlie Kirk's shooting. Anastasia J. Casey, the book raised immediate questions due to its listed publication date on September 9th, 2025, one day before the tragic event occurred.
Nope.
Little known is known about Anastasia J. Casey, a social media user. Users are questioning, why is it doing this? The legitimacy in the background of the author, adding additional layer to the mystery to the already tense situation.
Wow.
So there it is.
It's just something screamed really loud in my head that says plant. Like she's a plant.
They better find this. They better knock on this woman's door. They better find her, man.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
want to
this is.
do it live on here, but I'll
I
do it
think
on another window.
yeah, this is. I believe Tyson. This is going like it has veins, dude. Because I don't think there's only just one person involved in this. I think this is a network that's involved,
Let
and
me
there's
see.
a lot of individuals that are behind this.
Let me see if this person's even real. Give me a second.
I just don't believe this is a lone wolf. I believe this is a pack.
Does it say where? Let me see. Does it say where she's from? Let's see. Let's see. Let's take a guess. Where you think she's from? Where you think she's from? Let's see if I can find her. No results of Anastasia J. Casey.
It's funny. They already scrubbed the internet.
Yeah, I tried to I have a platform that I can look up. I have a platform that I can look up specific data points. That's all I'll go on this. So
Right on.
but yeah. Yeah, nothing popped up on her. Yep. Russian. Steph says probably Russian. Russian. I wonder. Let me see if I can type in Russia.
Hmm.
Nothing.
I don't know. The whole thing is just seems very, very odd. Like the energy that I'm feeling is just it's so cerebral. It's like it's back in my head. I'm feeling this energy like strong. Like there's more to it.
Bro.
This
Look
has
at this.
this has fingers. This has veins. This is deep. This is not a one man show.
No. No. Telly T.
You know what the feds need to do? They need to, and not to be funny, but they need to do a drag show and bring all these individuals in and transsexuals in and just question all of them because a lot of them are really like really deep activists and I feel like this is something that I don't know. It's not the area. I think they came from out of town.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up.
And that's just it's just a thinking. I'm thinking out loud because, but this goes deep, right? Because then how did the tent get set up the way it did in that angle where the shooter had a clear shot? Like, was like this, they had to investigate and talk to the organizer, like who organized that, who put the tent exactly where it's at there, and why did they put it there? I'm pretty sure they're being interrogated. Um, but the clear shot, and then the fact that if the shot hit him from, was it right to left or left to right? Because it hit him on the left side, and but it shows something on the right, and then his chest comes up, and then like it's I don't know. I've never seen a human get shot by that type of weapon, and how the reaction of what the body does.
So apparently you can upload, as a particular author name. You upload the particular author name. You do it. You can either predate your upload date, and then it publishes that way. But Miss Anastasia J. Casey is probably a quote unquote author name. That's why I had to pick that up. But it's probably an author name. It's not the legitimate individual. So
Now, but is her name in Google by any chance? Did we check
No.
her on Google?
No. So and then Steph wrote in here too. When you're a digital author for Amazon, you can use a pen name or an author name. You enter the information, and she's probably used a fake publishing date. So like either like as a coy, so quote unquote today or whenever this event happened, you can almost create a publishing date like to say, oh, I knew the scoop, like artificially knew the scoop to make money on it. So
Okay.
it's almost like it was a money play. So just for her to get the $6.99 or whatever she wants to get from the Amazon Kindle. But yeah, that's I had to pick that up because it was one of the people that watched the show. So I don't know if I could say her name on here, but
That's okay. Yeah, just thinking, right? Just thinking out loud.
like this right here. This, let me share this real quick. This is disgusting. Oh, you just approved it right away. Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna, but so this, I checked this out. This is Telly T shirts. This link is no more available, but this is the merch that they're pushing out. This is disgusting, bro.
That's not even like, that's not even funny at all. You know what I mean?
No.
That's like, how are you gonna
Like to make money off of somebody's misery, to make money off of somebody's situation, and then put
All
up
he
t-shirts
did-
right away. Like, okay, it's fun and games when Joe Biden's fumbling and tumbling down the stairs and stuff like that, but you don't see, if anything were to happen, you wouldn't see t-shirts being made. Like you would a little bit, but it wouldn't be this mass flood of influx of t-shirts if something were to happen to him.
Yeah, it's just disturbing.
So Steph also says, because people can digitally upload books that were written a year ago, if it makes sense.
So it must have been pre-planned. I mean, because that's why I'm not getting. Because the book, if it's a release date on the 9th, did the book get released, or like what's the?
So you can put a publish date on it. You can put any publish date on it you want. This is what. So you can put, was released X day, like, because it showed up on the intro web today or yesterday, today or whenever it was. But you can put a publish date of the 9th, or you can put a publish date of the 7th to show that you had like an inside scoop of the situation.
Okay. So you have the time to AI the shit and then upload it to Amazon, and that's what they publish.
Yeah.
That's
So you can almost pick the publish date. So it sounds to me like, this was a quick money play to show like, oh, this was published before. Maybe I have some inside knowledge, and then they buy the book and it's just a bunch of crap, ChatGPT bull crap,
So my question is then, why the distraction? Because that a lot of eyes are focusing on that, but then there's other things that are going on over here, which I would like to know what, because they're saying there's messages on the gun, right? And on the bullets and all this, there's messages. How long did it take for the trans shooter for us to see what was on their home, and all the magazines and all the kill Trump and kill, and all this messages that they had? How long is it going to take for this one? Because it's already been a day.
Yeah.
I think the more they release, the better it is. But they're not releasing so much, because immediately, if they had a suspect, a image of the suspect, you would release it right away. You wouldn't like, oh, we're holding it back so we could get a digital verification, and then we'll release it when we're ready. Like, what the fuck? No, that doesn't work that way. You release it immediately to the public, so the public could like Sherlock Holmes this, and the internet never fails. We will
Yeah.
find out who that guy
Yeah.
is. We
Yep.
got sleuths already on the case.
Steph had a question. She said, Charlie Kirk wouldn't want this in vain. Will people speak up or go quiet to be safe? She wants to know our opinion. You want to go first?
I say a lot of them are speaking up. They are speaking up, but they are scared. That's my answer. I think they are scared because the Democratic Party is very like loose with their screws, and they're not really put together properly, and they're all over the place. I mean, Jasmine Crockett was going crazy inside Washington D.C., and they were going to have a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk, and she decided to open up her big mouth with her protesting it.
Yeah.
And then AOC outside talking shit about gun control again, and the barking and the dog whistles again. And I'm like, last time I checked, guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Yep. I don't think this is definitely something that needs to be spoken up more upon. This entire situation, the deep dives. I think this is something that, I don't know Charlie personally, but just through his influence, through the platforms and things like that, I think this is something that he would deeply, dive into to figure out what's going on, and then also make a louder rumble. It was actually Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro said that he's still going to continue to do the campus tours. He's still going to do the campus tours, and he's not going to remain silent, which is fantastic. Just make sure that you got the security right,
Indoors,
and know that you're getting out there, and you're going to be, you're open. Megyn Kelly said that she's going to be kicking back some of her tours, and she's not going to be doing as many tours. And then Tim Cast said that he is not going to be doing tours, which is understandable, to each their own, right? But in my opinion, I think the intention of this situation was to silence, to mute the conservative movement, to mute the freedom of speech. And I think what they didn't mute it. I think they multiplied it. It's just my personal opinion. Because
I think they lit the fire.
It's on now, bro. Like, listen, if you were on the fence, this is an opportunity for you to speak up. This is an opportunity for you to get off the fence and be like, hey, this is what we fight for. Not violently, but this is what we fight for. This is what America is.
Yeah, enough of this. It just seems like a miracle round with the Democrats, and then each day it's just always something, like with the immigration, the illegal immigration, especially with Chicago and their mayor and governor acting crazy, and like what is going on? It's like a self implosion of the Democratic Party, and everyone is just showing their faces for who they really are.
Yep. And there's another comment here. Terry says still here, went mobile, got to run. But Stephanie said, and this is a good point because this is the second time that it's got brought up today. Okay, other influencers on the platform that speak up about freedom of speech and do say what they want to say on these particular platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like Tom, the musician. Tom, she says Tom Song is right. He has to worry about getting groceries. And that's the thing, because the influencers not all of them have security detail.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta kind of wonder, okay, do I need to carry my
your weapon?
Yep. Do I got to carry it all the time? This is wild. It was crazy because, like, imagine, just somebody, let's say, that has, like, I don't know, 800,000 followers or whatever it is on these platforms, and they speak their mind, and then they go out to lunch, by themselves. Like, do they have to worry about what's going on?
Especially if you're sitting down having lunch and someone, shooting you from behind. Like,
right.
It's just, when you go out in the public, you're putting yourself in the lion's den, and it's when the lion's going to come in and get you. It's but I just want to know, why did they put the tent? Like, okay, they set up the tent there. I guess it was like a little, like, auditorium setup. I guess it's set up a certain way so the kids could be standing or sitting there, and they put the tent there. But the angle from, how did he know that was going to be, like, the tent's going to be right there, and they were going to, like, he had the perfect aim and the perfect shot.
In in my opinion too, this is just, he's up 2 stories, the tent's there. I don't think it could have went both ways. It could have been a spectacle, or it could have been what it was. And I think, just in my personal opinion, because there's a slight overhang on the tent, the visibility for a spectacle, which is a headshot, was not as visible because the overhang in the tank. This is just my personal thoughts.
Yeah, I believe. And also, I don't know how's the wind that day, because the wind does play a little factor. It's just a lot of things they need to investigate. I hope they do. I want to go to sleep and wake up to news that he's been caught alive. I don't want to hear that he's been found dead. Because then it's just not gonna, like, it's gonna be horrible, because, like, they're gonna have to really do a deep dive investigation to figure out what happened for this individual to do what he did, and what influence he was getting from the internet, what sites were he visiting. Like, his phone is a treasure trove. His media, like fingerprint, is so important right now, and I'm believing they are getting the information. Like, man, I don't trust the FBI so much, man. I want to put so much faith in them, but I don't trust them. They really do need to do a cleansing within that department, because I feel like there's still a lot of, like, really crooked individuals in the FBI, and I don't think they do a thorough job in investigating. And, like when they did that press conference today, it was so incomplete. I was like, why did you come out here? Like, if you don't have information to share with the media, like, don't come out here, you know. And the fact that they went out and they just had a nothing burger was, and then to tell us, yeah, we have images of the guy, but we're not going to give it to you yet. Like, what? Like, yeah, we have an image of a suspect that we have, like, it's a high alert on, but we're not going to show you to the media. We're not going to pass it out yet. Like, you're putting the public at risk there.
Yeah.
You know, FBI has a lot of questions, and I think they're coming down on them too.
I hope this doesn't end up like the situation in Las Vegas.
That's still a mystery.
I hope that this does not end like the situation in Las Vegas.
Nah, they didn't ever find the shooter of the Vegas. They never found, and it was more than probably one. That's crazy, man. That's scary.
Because as time extends, and I want to be optimistic here, but as time extends, you know, kind of the less likelihood.
Yeah, the chances of finding him is going to get harder. You know,
at least you know, in this decade, right?
Yeah, the first 48 hours is the most important. After it reaches that 48-hour mark, just like the show, it's very tough. They have to do a very thorough investigation, and like it's like a needle in a haystack. I mean, it's a possibility they can find him. I'm not losing hope on it, but man, as time continues to go on, it's like I start losing faith in them and finding him.
Yeah,
it's like I feel like they wanted not to find him. Something keeps telling me that, like, they could have gave that information out yesterday, and they held on to it like 24 hours too long, and like nobody's looking out for him now because he's probably already who knows where by this time. You know, he still might be he might be local still. You know, all these people thinking he may be out of the state, and maybe, you know, maybe he's just sitting in somewhere's house and just laying low.
Did you see Ilhan Umar's response to the situation?
Oh no, what the fuck she say?
Here we go. I'm gonna share
Lord. All right. Oh Lord. Don't tell me this one. She needs to be kicked out of her country already. I don't know why we're procrastinating on her. Oh no, not these two.
Is that, you know, Charlie was someone who once said, you know, guns save lives after a school shooting. Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay the death of George Floyd in the hands of Minneapolis police.
I think he called him a scumbag.
Right, have no regard, downplay slavery and what Black people have gone through in this country by saying Juneteenth should never exist. And I think, you know, there are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
Complete rewriting of history.
Yeah,
ain't she the one married her brother?
Yeah, you know, like then to completely pretend that, you know, his words and actions have not been recorded and in existence for the last decade or so. And
she's that's sad, man.
She
caught up in that $300 million situation in Minnesota.
She needs to be deported. Her money needs to be taken away from her. She cannot leave with her money, so they need to freeze that money, and send her back to her country of origin. And that's it. You know, we need to stop fiddle dicking, they used to call it back in the days, and just get to business, get to work. These people are not progressing our country. They're the biggest speed bump that America has encountered, and we need to get them out of our way. Okay, they are not progressing the country. They are like we're going backwards, and the fact that they're stealing our money to do it is crazy. Oh no! Don't tell me this. Are you kidding me?
This is just total allegations here. This is total just allegations here, guys. So
Okay.
I don't want to stir the pot, but I got to say for the YouTube purposes, total allegations. Multiple counts have reported that they may have identified the Charlie Kirk shooter. The 4chan intel identified suspect Sky Valdez had a SoundCloud
Hold on.
with a track that was uploaded with a track a month ago titled Charlie Kirk Dead at 31. Deleted the track, then changed his location to Leave Me Alone. Lives in Utah.
Oh, I was right. He is local. That's why I felt. I didn't feel like he didn't go anywhere. He's local. Oh no. Could it be him? Let me imagine him with do we have a clear shot of? I thought there was a clear shot of him. Let me see. Hold on. Let me check. Because I think I could pull up probably a clear shot of what this clown looks like. What a oh my god, I have so much negative to say about this person. It just eats me up inside. Let's see something here. You know what? I think you're right on with that picture of it. I do have coverage here, and this is from another person. This is Agenda Free TV.
Let's check it out.
Agenda Free TV has some video of this person here. Give me 1 second to set it up here. All right. Here we go. Where are we? Give me 1 sec. Why did it do that? Okay, give me 1 sec. Here we go.
Whoa, where'd you get this? This is good. Agenda Free TV. This is clear. Crispy.
Yeah, Agenda Free TV. And let me put him on so we can hear him.
One of our viewers just said one of his legs was straight in all 4 pics. They disagree with you, Sean. Sean doesn't think he has a rifle in his pants. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, James Matarazzo. James thinks he has the gun in his right pant leg. Mom interrupted, said Matt Finn said there was going to be a press conference coming up. Well, that would match the other report I saw. Thank you.
They could get his DNA from everything he's touching.
PVC Sweet, thank you. The weather buff. He says looks like a stock in his right leg. The scope could be in his bag.
Yeah.
Thank you, Logan Missiak.
You can put it together.
Gene Salzman 2.0.
It's not hard to put a scope on a rifle like he used.
Tiger Biggs, Ed Weeby, Critical Yoshi. Vanessa says, hopefully the FBI knows his name by now. CBS News said law enforcement knows his name, but the local CBS outlet in Utah denied that and said that they were told they didn't know his name.
Blue jeans.
The Crooked Menagerie, thank you. Sergey, Twisted Metal, Steve Kai Mullen.
His shirt looks weird.
Sam,
Like there's an axe or something that's hitting the flag.
Drew, Priceman 141.
Have you noticed that?
Brad Boda, Mr. Ray Romantic.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see
Mitchell
though.
Pilot.
Yeah, I'll pause. Like right here. You know what? This is what I can do. Look what I can do. Give me a second. Look what I can do. Let me see if I can get it to work. See if I can zoom in on it.
Where'd he go?
Let's see the damn light on here so low. Oh yeah, you can't make it big. Okay. Maybe in post production I can make it big to zoom in on here. But it's gonna have a time.
On Twitch and Natasha. Thank you. So it sounds like a press conference is coming up. I have still not received an official email from Utah police with the time, but it sounds like coming up in a little less than an hour there's going to be a press conference.
See him moving because I know I saw a movie. We were good up a little bit here.
To that right
They
now,
have stuff on the roof already, according to the FBI. They could use that to verify. Yep.
I don't have access to that video.
Go ahead.
You know what? This could be the trans kid. If this is a trans kid, this is gonna be horrible. What do you feel about this, Tyson? Do you feel like it's is a trans kid?
Will there be a major update at
I don't know.
this press conference? I do not know.
Let me see if I can move it up here.
15,000 South Redwood Road, 15000 South Redwood. Time up. Stand by. I'll check with the call taker.
It's an interesting thought that Kiwi NZ had.
Press conference is in 35 minutes.
Stephanie's on it. Shout out to Steph. So the shirt,
What's up, Steph?
the shirt is actually an eagle, and it says "Land of the Free, Home of the Brave" on it.
Wearing glasses. In the picture from earlier today, he was wearing
Okay.
sunglasses.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Remember, that's a picture.
Yeah,
from
that's what I was trying to
right?
focus on. I was trying to see what was on the shirt.
That's him wearing sunglasses.
Here it is. Hold up.
Oh, hold on. Let me zoom you in, Tyson. Give me a second. Oh. Okay.
Just some guy audio says
That's very
the cameras are not monitored 24/7.
Huh.
Thank you, Steph.
You know who used to use that type of
Snow says someone has to know
like
him.
eagles and
I mean, with all
and-
these pictures
hold on,
now,
let me pause this here.
with all these pictures now,
Terry
Bring it
says he
back
has a
to
shirt
him.
exactly like that.
it certainly seems possible that someone would know who this person is.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like everything's been going on, like weird shit been happening. Like it started like weird people dying, right? Like all those personnel in Germany were dying of like kind of like a Republican side of the party over in Germany. They just started flocking and dying. And then you had
we're
here
getting
Hulk
stabbed,
Hogan
man.
dying. We had Hulk Hogan with the malpractice. I believe it's malpractice, but that's just
It's
me
a
thinking
lot
out
of pictures
loud.
we got. We got 6 pictures of the guy have been released today.
And now Charlie Kirk.
KB Longhorn thinks it's not terribly hard to break down the rifle. However, you will not be able to conceal it in that small backpack. You know, the in the last update several hours ago from the authorities, they would not give specifics about the weapon. The authorities said a high-powered bolt-action rifle was recovered in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. Experts are analyzing the weapon. They also said, the police said, there are reportedly photos of a weapon and various details about that firearm and ammunition, including inscriptions and symbols. At the time, we are not able to provide further details on the content of those inscriptions. So that's a little confusing because they say there are reportedly photos of a weapon. They say that we cannot confirm individual photos' authenticity. So they're not confirming anything more than it was a high-powered bolt-action rifle.
Wow.
That's what they're confirming. They acknowledge that there's been other reporting about the gun, but they're not confirming any other details.
That's wild.
Maybe they will at the...
Okay, copy.
That's really wild. But I would like to show a video. I want to show a video real quick. Let me just jump over here. Give me 1 sec to set it up. Can we get this to work? Maybe not. Computer don't want to act right now. It's acting crazy. Let's go ahead and share this here. Okay, what's going on here? It's acting wild.
If you take away religion, then I think you actually you get something in its place which is actually worse than what was there before. I mean, it's like destructive, basically. You get like the woke mind virus, filling the hole that religion used to have, taking the place of religion. You get these dystopian de facto religions that are very very self-destructive. So I think perhaps some sort of revival of religion, or at least what we need is some coherent philosophy that people can get excited about.
If an event like this happens to somebody on the opposing side the next 48 hours, the next week, think about the equivalent of Charlie Kirk on the other side. If an event like this happens on the opposing side, you have to know a country on the outside wants to see a civil war in America. That concerns me a lot.
It's the whole thing's very crazy. I mean, the media is incredibly partisan. I mean, they're not. I mean, almost all the media is, left.
Okay, I'll be.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird if you talk to somebody who gets all their information from like what I call legacy media. They're living in a different world.
Yeah.
Than if they say are listening to your podcast or getting news from X, or just if it's kind of wild. Like,
it is very wild.
Like you talked, it's like they're living in an alternate reality.
Oh, there's a lot of people that I talk to that I have to go, where did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the Associated Press, which I call Associated Propaganda, the AP, they ran a international news story saying that Doge fired air traffic controllers, but we didn't fire any air traffic controllers at all. In fact, we're trying to hire air traffic controllers, not fire them.
Yeah, I saw that. You made a tweet about it, right?
And he gave us a different path. So many of us are falling into the clutches of Marxism, the Zoran Mamdani, the AOC, Bernie Sanders, the Marxist future that the university system itself is purporting for young people. He went into the belly of the beast. He went on these college campuses and he evangelized. I mean, quite literally to save the soul of our country. And for that, I couldn't be done for our generation. So I think it's really interesting as you see what Charlie was warning about before he died. He talked about assassination culture, the way that young people cheered on CEO killer Luigi Mangione, the way that people were celebrating the assassination attempts on Trump's life, the 2020 Summer of Love, which was encouraged by Democrat politicians at the very highest levels of government, even some Republicans, I might add. He noticed that the left has a propensity for violence, that there's a history here. If you look at what Mao did, what Stalin did, Lenin, throughout human history, leftists have had a propensity for violence because of the world that you're living in is chaotic and scary. Then they can seize control and maintain power. Charlie understood that. He talked about it incessantly. And I think that his death is the greatest warning of what we're on the precipice of if we don't turn into a different direction and start to actually embrace the values that America was really founded on.
I mean,
this is all for courage. What happened to Charlie is the greatest sign that we have to keep talking. We have to keep the debate going, because if we don't, you're going to continue to see the polarization and the violence against neighbors and friends that cannot be sustained. We won't have a country if this doesn't end.
And I will say this. The behavior by a lot, both privately and publicly, are pushing people like you and me away. Not like we're going to be pro-Hamas, not like we're going to, but we're like, honestly, the way you are treating me is so repulsive. I have text messages, Megan, calling me an anti-Semite. I am learning biblical Hebrew and writing a book on the Shabbat. I honor the Shabbat, literally the Jewish Sabbath. I visit Israel and fight for it. And there's another article out in the Times of Israel today. I could read it on air. I was just reading before I got on. Charlie, what are you doing? Like, what am I doing? I'm sorry. Like, let's just take a step back here. Like, I'm an American citizen. Yes, I want Israel to win. Yes, I'm a Christian. But like, some of the mess, and you've seen how I've been treated, Megan, by some, not all, by some.
No, it's very irritating.
It's
been so unfair. They were coming after you after Turning Point for, among other things, that you had Dave Smith there. Dave Smith is allowed to criticize Israel. You had both sides. The Israeli side was overrepresented.
No, you're not allowed to. It's even worse than that. Again, I just want to repeat for the 5th time. I love Israel. I want Israel to win. But my moral character is now being put into question, Megan. Not my decisions. Not like, hey, are you doing this? Is it smart or is it dumb? But no, I am a bad person if I do this. And I could go, I mean, you saw it, Megan. It was trending on Twitter, thousands of tweets and text messages. And if I were to be charitable and generous, I will say the people that are attacking me are in a hyper paranoid state because they're at war, and war tends to make things black and white. And you're a hammer looking for a nail. So I'm trying to be charitable, Megan. Literally, I'm trying to cut as much slack as I can, right? They go, okay, what would it be like if all of a sudden I'm starting to see a pattern of behavior similar to what my grandparents saw in 1930s Germany online? How would I behave? So that's like my charitable kind of overcompensation spirit. At the same time, I'm like, but it's not defensible to be dumb, right?
Yeah.
So,
and it's offensive. It's offensive to those of us who have been out there defending them in many instances against critics on our own side. And now you have a couple of comments like, well, what about this? Well, has it gone on too long? Like, is it time to wrap it up? And the thing about Epstein is just so bizarre. I don't know who he was an agent for. It might have been Israel or an asset, or it might have been nobody. Yeah. But we're allowed to speculate about that. It's there's some rule. You can't go there when it comes to Israel.
Well, you and I believe that we're Americans and Americans first, period. End of story. We are citizens of this nation, okay? That's right. Israel, we have funded, we have supported, and they're up against a sea of Islamic totalitarianism, and we should be cheering for them, right? Because they're up against barbarians and monsters, and we want them to win. However, here is Megyn Kelly and Charlie Kirk combined, probably 30 million social media followers, like pretty, right? And you and I have been holding this down, and you probably get the negative, oh, you're just shilling for Israel, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do what's right regardless of the feedback, right? But then all of a sudden, like, I host a person that I moderate the debate of, mind you, right? And I give equal time to Josh Hammer, equal time to a pro-Israel advocate, and my moral character is being put into question. And so I think it's a hyper paranoid, like, we're just going to try to, we're going to just stamp out everything type of practice. But it goes to the point where, if, for example, if I have less ability sometimes online to criticize the Israeli government without backlash than actual Israelis do. And that's really, really weird, isn't it, Megan?
That is so crazy, Jason A. Thank you very much for a great upload. Man, just my mind is just going wild. Because this could be a trans shooter. And if it's a trans shooter, a transformer, like, more than meets the eye. I mean, they're really taking it to heart. They're really going after everybody. They soft targets. They are so, this is despicable, man.
It is. It's gross, man.
It's gross. It makes me sick to my stomach again. You know, because he was innocent. He went there. He was happy. He was pumped up. He was ready to debate. He was like, bring your best libs, you know, bring the best libs, Utah, you know, bring them up, bring them up to the front. And he touched on that trans question. And then he got into some ghetto something. And the next thing you know,
boom. Yep.
He gets shot. And I saw it without the blur. I saw it without the blur. And I was right initially. I was like, no way, he could not survive this. The only reason why they procrastinated in response to this, because they had to reach the White House, let them know. They put him in surgery to remove his organs. He is an organ donor, so they removed his heart. They removed his all his organs, and they'll prep him up. And he is going to be riding on Air Force 2. J.D. Vance is going to retrieve the body of Charlie Kirk, and he is flying Charlie back home on Air Force 2.
It looks like they did that.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. Yeah, what is going on with this today? Yeah, it's trying to fix the windows here. It's just acting crazy. My system just started acting a little weird. Weird. But I wanted to get back. I don't even know what's going on with this. It's literally the computer's acting crazy. You know why? Because we're talking about this, and YouTube likes to mess. They like to mess around. I know YouTube. I've been with you guys for almost 17 years. I've been with YouTube. So I already know when they're messing. And that's what they're doing. But let's take a look here. Let me make it big. Did I put the sound in it? I'm just gonna put the sound. Like, everything's on slow motion.
Copy.
Yeah, look. Holy shit, what's going on here? Yo, Tyson, I'm gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna show you this.
Right leg straight and his left leg bending. Does he?
Hold on, I'm gonna
his
send
right
you a
leg
picture of
pants
this,
in the
Tyson.
TMZ
This is
video?
fucking crazy.
I don't know. I just posted the link
Send
to
it
the
over.
TMZ video in the chat.
Dude, what the fuck is going on here? Am I having spirits
Very
like
strange
attacking my
walking
place? Like, this is crazy. Hold on. This is weird. Like, look at my TV and look at the set. Hold on. Let me send it to you, bro. It's fucking crazy. What's going on here? Like, my whole computer, like my system is just like really
That video
looking
also
weird.
shows him running at the end.
How the fuck do I fix this?
Running away. He appears to be running away at the end.
Yeah, let me fix it. What is going
As
on?
Ro Jogan says, limps in first half of vid, then seen running in the other direction after.
I can't see.
It's playing on this end.
Yeah, no, but it's acting so weird, my friend.
Sorry to yawn.
Go ahead.
We've been here since this morning because we covered the morning press conference.
All right, I think I'm fixing it.
Copy.
Nah, it's just not working right. I think I could deal with this one. Damn, but it makes the text
Jackal
look
says
smaller.
it
But let me
depends
show
on
it
the
to you.
model whether it can be taken apart.
Night, Steph.
Oh shit! I can't even see the. I'm having technical issues over here, and I know it's because we're talking about this, and the algorithm is going crazy. It's like you can't handle the truth, but we are the fucking truth, motherfuckers. We're coming after you. Like, don't make me turn into Hulk Hogan. I'm gonna fucking leg drop your motherfuckers.
Did anybody, one of our viewers, they figured out what street he's on in the TMZ
I sent you the
video?
picture,
Remember,
Tyson.
this
It's
is
like the
from
floor
Google
mat went
Maps here,
crazy.
but where the shooting happened, which was apparently
It got like
this
giant
building right
size
here,
Oh wow, yeah,
where he would have been on the
by
roof of
itself.
this building right here.
yep,
By itself.
yep.
Charlie Kirk was here.
I'm
Charlie
like,
Kirk was here.
they're here.
You gonna
Yeah,
be
I
on for
do
a
it.
little bit?
He could have just
Yeah, I'm
walked
gonna be
over
on.
here, and then you're off. I mean, here you're off campus. You're in a residential area here.
Yeah, you want to get going, Tyson?
Not far to this road.
Yeah, I
You
was
just
gonna.
walk across the road.
I gotta
So
jump
I
on
don't.
this.
I don't know if that video
I gotta finish
was a
this,
video taken somewhere on this
thing
street or
for
something.
7.
Let me.
One of these
But
streets. I haven't
yeah,
looked
man.
around.
If you're still on here in a little bit, I can jump back on.
Okay. Yeah. No, go ahead. Go take
Julio?
care of yourself, man. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. No, thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, thank you, man. Yeah, I like doing these on Thursdays, man. I like doing these on Thursdays. It's unfortunate this topic like super sucks. not that
But
it
it's something
sucks.
that two minds.
Not that it sucks,
Yeah.
but it's a very
And we're both doing the
very,
same hand
it's a
things.
heavy subject.
We're acting like Gavin Newsom. Newsom is like this. I don't know. Newsom, that's how he speaks. I mean, me and Tyson, we both did like this at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, thanks, Tyson. I truly
Yeah, for sure,
appreciate you,
man.
man.
If you're on here in like an hour, I'll swing back on.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Awesome.
Appreciate you. All right, man.
Thanks.
Later.
All right. Now it's me. It's my turn. Thank you, Tyson, for coming. I appreciate it. It was a cool breakdown of what's been going on with this case. How come the killer has not been found yet? They already pretty much identified the person who it is, because it seems like it's an it, but that's speculation. Just my mind thinking out loud. But what's concerning is that they don't really show like the rifle with the words and what's written on it, because they were saying that was, you know, but we need to have proof. I only go by proof. You know, they have the pictures. Show it. Show the evidence. You know, you showed us a couple of pictures of what the person looks like. I mean, let's see if we have it here. It's Agenda TV, Agenda Free TV. Let me move it up a little bit. I guess they're talking about the area. So let's go back a little bit here. And this is the person of interest right now. Very skinny, probably weighs about 110 pounds on a good day. Teeny weeny. He could definitely hide the scope in the back. The scope you could definitely discharge, like, but I believe he has something in his leg. You know, like something doesn't seem right. But if this person is it's an it, that's going to be very disturbing, very disturbing. Let me see. My computer's acting a little crazy for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, everything's good here. Let me see. They need to.
Did anybody? One of our viewers said they figured out what street he's on in the TMZ video. Remember, this is from Google Maps here, but where the shooting happened, which was apparently this building right here, where he would have been on the roof of this building right here.
319, I copy.
Charlie Kirk was here. Charlie Kirk was here. So he could have just walked over here, and then you're off. I mean, here you're off campus. You're in a residential area here. It's not far to this road, and you can just walk across the road. So I don't know if that video was a video taken somewhere on this street or something, one of these streets. I haven't looked around.
5J50 off duty. Have a good night.
Gonna be
I would just have to go try to find the exact address, the exact house, which I haven't done.
There's no hits on spots that match that vehicle. Just unfortunately.
It was creepy, man.
never.
One of our viewers posted a link, posted an address. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just, you know,
3J33212.
they wonder where the hell this person is, right? And good night, Stephanie. I know she had to get her.
Copy.
Thank you, Stephanie. I was just dealing with my computer. I couldn't even see the comments. I'm sorry. You know how it is with my it went crazy. I sent Tyson the picture. Like it went crazy. Hold on, I can send you the picture too, Stephanie.
Looking, it doesn't really look like it to me.
My computer went crazy. Like it went crazy.
Blue 312 Whiskey Zulu. It's sideswipe BRP's parked and unoccupied vehicle. Last seen headed northbound on 2300 East. Younger white male driver with brownish reddish hair and a gray hoodie. The damage would be on the passenger side, and the passenger side mirror is hanging off.
Is this the fence? Hold on, wait.
RP advised the vehicle is now pulling up, and we could hear the RP talking to the driver. The male driver does not want to say the RP's address and wait for the officer, just looks up the road and is going to wait home.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I don't know if they're gonna get
Throw a
alive.
rock at it.
You know, and you know they don't want to put the name out there, like his name out there, because they don't want to like immortalize him. They don't want him to be like the.
That's right. The viewer was right. The viewer is right.
They don't want him to be the
viewer
main
is right.
character.
So
in the story,
the house appears to be the house where the TMZ video was taken appears to be right around here. See where it says 800 there? Thanks to our viewer who mentioned that. I forget his name. I hope I said his name. So it's right. Hold on a second. Yeah. So there is the building where my pointer is, right here, where the shooting would have been, where the shooter would have been.
Mm.
And then
Metro
the
North
house.
Ambulance 32, clear and available.
Where's the house with the fence? Did I lose it already? Wasn't it right in here?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just get it. Make sure.
no man, this is so sad.
Oh, I was on the wrong one. Sorry.
Because the
I was on
longer
the
it
wrong one.
takes,
Here, I
it's
found it.
harder the
Yeah,
case
right here.
gets.
So again, there is the building where the shooting happened, where the shooter was here, right here, and then right up here is where that TMZ video is. The TMZ video, you can see, it appears that you can see this house in the TMZ video. He's running back here in the second half of it. In the first part of the TMZ video, I believe he's walking across this street.
And engine 31.
But there's a
Respond to
fence
medical
there.
call.
There's a
At
fence
1,
right there on the
55
TMZ
South
video.
Wolverine Way, trailer 132. In Orem. Fire
Yes.
1.
So it appears that the address of the TMZ video is 847 South 800 West Street. Again, that's not where the shooter lived or anything. It's just that's where we are on the map, if you want to look it up. So thanks to our viewers who pointed that out. But it does appear to be the right location, right here. And, you know, if you zoom out, it's really just, it's not far
Yeah,
to
it
the
is.
building. Because
It's not far.
you basically walk down the street, you cross the road, and then you're on campus. And
Yeah.
then where the shooter would have been right
Back here.
here, right there. I mean, in terms of distance, you're just talking about roughly about 1,300 quarter mile from that house to this building over here. Yeah, Julian Morales just posted the link, the address, and some other people did too, which I really appreciate. But that appears to be it. That appears to be it. So when he is limping, he is walking in the direction of the campus. When he's running through the yard, he's going away from the campus. Anyways, if I am able to get the TMZ video, the rights to it, I'll show it to you. But otherwise, go to TMZ and watch it.
And Tower 51. Respond to propane or natural gas leak at 194 North Center Street.
All right, I want to show you guys a video real quick.
American Force Medic Ambulance 51 and Tower
Come on,
51.
this thing's acting
194
crazy.
North Center Street.
Okay. I want to show you guys this channel here is the body language guy. Let's take a look at this.
Those two photos of the person of interest that they're looking for, and they are really interested in this person of interest because they're offering $100,000 for any information that leads to, well, this person. And the internet did not disappoint. It's so many users all over, not only 4chan, but X. I can't believe I'm saying this. have done their own, let's say, research. And just a warning, everything that you're going to watch in this video is allegedly. I am just going to read things that
See, it's
people have
allegedly.
found, and let's say dots that people are connected. This is as deep as the rabbit hole goes. So people are talking about an individual called Sky Valdez. And ex-users are pointed to the chance that Sky Valdez and Omar Najera were in on the Charlie Kirk shooting together. Remember that we talked about this. Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. We spoke about this. This is Sky Valdez. This is from Pinterest. There's also some images from Instagram. Seems that they're in a band and with Omar Najera. So where does this lead to? The Charlie Kirk shooter allegedly seems to be Sky Valdez, a transgender man. I sometimes have a bit of a confusion with that. A transgender man, what does that mean? Transgender woman? You know, those strange stuff. This is still unconfirmed at this moment. Again, all is allegedly, but based on public findings, this appears to be identified as an individual known as Sky Valdez of Ogden, Utah, part of a trans activist gun group who was posting a digital album called Death to America Scum and, wait for it, Charlie Kirk is dead to me. All right. So in some pictures, you know, that's something that I have to warn you. The half picture that you see on your left and on this side, sorry, on your left, is an AI enhanced version of the pictures released by the FBI. I don't trust AI enhanced pictures because AI tends to include things that are not there and are misleading. But people are superimposing, in all cases, the AI enhanced photo on the left with the picture of Sky Valdez on the right hand. I would say that so many things match, especially the skull, the skull shape it's a pretty good match. It's a pretty good match. Multiple accounts reporting they may have identified the Charlie Kirk shooter. 4chan Intel identified suspect Sky Valdez had a SoundCloud with a track that was uploaded with a track a month ago titled Charlie Kirk Dead at 31.
Wow.
Uploaded a track to SoundCloud. SoundCloud is a platform where you can host music, your music as a band. And then deleted the track and changed his location to Leave Me Alone. Lives in Utah and is transgender. So this was the track Charlie Kirk Dead at 31.
This is the death.
People were already leaving comments in here. FBI is coming to your door. You call it a coincidence, but I call it BS. Holy foreshadowing. What Undertale is this track for? Yeah, there's so many stuff, crazy stuff. Otto Wolf, the Charlie Kirk alleged assassinator, Sky Valdez had photos on his now scrubbed Instagram with the trans from yesterday, Omar, who knew of the assassination before it happened. So again, this is the thing that I'm a bit frustrated at times. We arrive late at the social media scene and everything begins to be scrubbed off the internet. Is this the same rifle? Sky Valdez posted it and could prove they were training with the same rifle. A shot from that distance wouldn't be hard with that zero scope. And there was a Pinterest in which Sky Valdez was using a rifle. For you, my body language buddies who are into rifles and know how to identify, maybe you can see from this angle, the shape and size. There's a big suppressor in there. I don't know if you could tell that it's the same rifle that was recovered by the FBI. 4chan found Sky Valdez yesterday while GeneMax FBI was still focused on that all boomer. More information. Sky Valadez of Ogden, Utah had a music project called God's Finest Scalpel, and in April released a digital album called Death to American Scum, which included a track called Charlie Kirk's Death Isn't Enough for Me. Oh, right. This is so strange. The number 2. He apparently also had a song on SoundCloud called Charlie Kirk Dead at 31, which has since been removed. This lead seems to have first been discovered by an enterprising user of 4chan's POL board. Checking 4chan. 4chan can be crazy, man. Crazy. Again, this according to Tyro Prone, allegedly, I'm just reading stuff posted on X. Sky Valadez, trans teacher in Utah, posted a song a month ago titled Charlie Kirk Dead at 31. They call themselves God's Finest Scalpel. Oh my God, the SoundCloud got deleted. Sky Valadez doesn't link to any real names. He's a trans bassist of the band. The singer of the band is named August Hegoas. Maybe born Leila. Again, I'm telling you, I'm so confused with all this. This is kind of stuff that you, when you go to the depths of the internet, this is what you find. And
the pits.
It's way beyond Forrest Gump's box of chocolate. You don't know what you're getting into. Her dad is Brandon Heguas and works for Northman Northrop. Oh, interesting. I tried to submit a tip to FBI, but their website isn't letting me. They should interrogate her now. Her or him, I don't know. Guess I found more images showing Sky Valadez. The body and shoulder structure looks similar to what FBI Salt Lake City posted. Justice for Charlie. Also, Pinterest already took down Sky Valadez page Rainy Sky 021, which had transgender styling pics and military pics according to a Google image search. So many things. There are doubts as well. Do you really think this person, Sky Valadez, is capable of shooting someone in the neck from 200 meters? Well, why not? If you're in a prone position, if you have your rifle against your shoulder and have a good scope, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you can tell me in the comments about that. And yes, see, 4chan is the new PSYOP delivery system, outpacing the good old FBI. The suspect, Sky Valadez, had a SoundCloud track, blah, blah, blah. Now the track is wiped, and yet this hit was clearly professional, layered planning, decoys, execution. That's the thing that we have said from the beginning. This looks really professional. Doesn't sound like something done by a single person. So why are mainstream outlets and talking heads suddenly treating 4chan credibly? Why now? Who benefits from breaking the September 11 spell and casting a new one? Who's the target audience? How does Palantir and Gideon fit in? Oh my God, we're going into heavy stuff here. Is this person capable of doing this? And this is the post from FBI Salt Lake City. I already made a video about this. That's what I thought was odd. That the body shape looked odd for a guy. Maybe the shape looked more adequate for a woman. If it's a trans man, it's a woman, right? And that would explain the size of the hands in regards to the head. That would explain a lot of things. That would feed a lot of things. Breaking. Sky Valadez, potential Charlie Kirk shooter, allegedly has just now changed their username and their profile picture and removed all of their information. This complete. I told you. Crazy stuff. Again, I'm just reading stuff that I find on X about this, and I still would like to know what you think about all this stuff in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the battle language guy. Much love and bliss.
Crazy. Now we're going to go over here for the press conference from the FBI and local police officers in reference to the Charlie Kirk death. We need an update, and this is the 9:30 supposedly update. They're running a little bit late, so hopefully we'll get some news out of this. We'll see. But hopefully you guys having a good evening. We had Tyson here earlier. That was really cool. I always have a good time with Tyson. We always have good conversations, and I like, coming to some kind of issue like this and then brainstorming it together, and I like group, like this kind of like group meetings, and putting your opinion and your thoughts out there and sharing your thoughts, and it's a lot different when you're by yourself than it is when you're with someone, because when you're with someone you have the interaction and you're in it deep. Me by myself, I do great, I do fine. It's not hard for me. For some people it's not easy, it's they're good with others, and I'm good with others. I like having others on here and going through the news and whatever the topic of the day is. And so happens that today is 9/11, and we have the Charlie Kirk um, shooting yesterday and the death of him, and at a young age of 31, man. Wow. That's just, it's wild. I mean, I knew he died. I knew he died. The moment that I saw it on my phone going crazy, I knew he was dying. He died. And it's wild. Terry's here. Terry, you ready to watch the clown show? I call it the FBI the clown show. So let's see what the clowns are gonna say tonight. I feel bad for the clowns because the clowns are good people. They scary as fuck. They scare me. I don't like them, but you know they haven't done anything bad to me, not that I know of. I've been to really scary, creepy clown shows, and yeah, I went to this paranormal circus. You heard about it, right, Terry? Remember the one that was up here in Connecticut? Paranormal circus. I went to it. It was over, the outlets. Damn, what's the name of that outlet? Um, Over there by 95. The Clinton outlets. The Clinton outlets. Well, that's where they had the circus at, and I went to it last year. It was interesting. It was interesting. I don't like creepy people coming up to me though. But I had a good time. We're just here waiting for the FBI to come on here and start talking. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I like going to the Clinton outlets though, because sometimes I get several things out there and I'm like, okay, it's not really worth it because it's not like a really big outlet. It's like two sections and that's it. And the other outlet is dead. There's nothing going on there. And it's like all the malls here are dying except the one in Hartford and West Hartford. That one's still strong, but all around the malls are just dying out. I mean, I wonder how Danbury is doing. I haven't been to the Danbury Mall in a few years. It's been probably over 5-6 years since I've been down that way. It's a good 45-minute drive. About 45-minute drive. Taking 84 straight down. I know Terry's up there in the northwest. It's up there in the corner of Connecticut. You guys always get that cold weather, and you guys get snow. You guys get a lot of snow over there. Yeah, that's great. Other malls out here ain't doing great. Other malls need to I don't know, they close down or come up with something else. Cause knock it down and build a nice complex where it could be housing, shopping, and like eating, like going out to eat, like restaurant style. They could do something like really cool here. But yeah, we're just killing time right now, waiting for the FBI to come out and speak upon. You know, they delayed this meeting. This meeting was supposed to happen, I think, around 6:30, and it got delayed until now, like 9:30, and it's still being delayed. So, um, what's going to happen as the officials are bound to give us an update on where is the killer, where is the assassin of Charlie Kirk, where is this individual at? But breaking news: Charlie Kirk's casket to be flown on Air Force Two from Utah to Arizona after the fatal shooting, as VP Vance and his wife are they're gonna travel to Salt Lake City to meet with his family and deliver the family to Arizona. Um, man, that's crazy. Hey man, get out of the way. We're trying to get our view here. Don't make me change the view. I could change it. Sit your ass down. Yeah, all of those malls are going down. Like all that side, even the outlets, even Meriden Mall, even Waterbury Mall. Waterbury Mall is like they had that shooting the other time. That's where they had a shootout. That was crazy. I wouldn't even go to that mall. I don't have reason to go into that mall. That mall. If I'm gonna go to a mall, I go to the one. What's his name? The one in Hartford, in West Hartford. I'm trying to get the name in my head. I'm like thinking so many things and waiting for the FBI to come out here already. Let me see. What am I doing here? Oh. Oh. Says my map is acting crazy. Everything's I bet would have been acting crazy here. I'm like, man, am I getting hacked here? There we go. No. How's this? Let's see, where is that mall? Oh yeah, West Farms. Yeah, West Farms. I was looking for it. I went like I had to look at my map. Yeah, Brass Mill is it's that mall. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. There's a lot of these malls that gotta go down. Um, the Danbury one, they have a good store out there. I forgot the name of it. Was it Price Mark? Price Mart? Price Mart? Price Mark? I think it's called. It was pretty cool. I got some nice, cool Christmas decorations from there. I was like, damn, I want to go back maybe this year, um, and get a couple of things maybe to decorate here. I'm gonna decorate the area here for Christmas. Be nice to get like a Christmas tree or something. It'll smell nice for sure. And decorate it. Yeah, I got the space. Man, this FBI is taking forever, man. What's going on with them? Yo, this is like, what is happening? Like, I'm trying to see other news here. All my channels are. Let me see. Yeah, everybody's waiting on this. Wait, there's new footage of the killer. Oh, great! Benny Johnson got new footage. And I don't want to play it right now because you know what? It's only 8 minutes and they're running a little late. I think they're gonna wait till like 10 o'clock. So let me jump over here real quick. My computer's acting crazy. Oh, come on. I don't know what I did. The computer just did like some crazy shit. So see if I could show you guys here.
All right, guys, here we go.
Come on, hurry up. All right, are they set up already? Are they starting? Like, what's happening? Oh no! Don't tell me they're gonna release the Three Stooges. Yeah, I think they're stalling. That's the only thing they have is Den Busters, and it's not even that. Like the food's all right. I've been to it a few times. I don't play the games though because it's all expensive. Their food is expensive too. But one time I went and I didn't like the food. Um, and I don't know why something wasn't right with the food. Like I had to send it back too. I was like, shit was disgusting. But that area is so big. That mall is so big. I mean, they could do like really nice area, like restaurants in the bottom, maybe apartments on the top, and it'll help out with the housing problems, and it could be like nice big area because that area is really big. You got a Walmart there too. It's like, come on now, got everything around that area. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse too, and a lot of restaurants and stores along the outside too. But what's going on with the FBI, man? This is disappointing. Because when you say a certain time, they say 9:30, it should be 9:30. Trimble has a target in the mall. Nice. Yeah, these malls. I know the Waterbury has a IHOP. They got a movie theater in it too.
Okay, this time it's a 2-minute warning.
All right, 2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning. FBI is gonna come out and speak on what information, the latest information that they have, and what they're gonna release. A lot of internet sleuths are on the case, and are exposing a lot of information and so forth, and to come to find out that this guy or girl, who knows what the fuck it is, it's it. And if it's an it, this is gonna mark the third big event of a trans killing. First was the trans shooter from oh my god, where is it from? It was Tennessee. Tennessee, remember the Tennessee shooter, the trans shooter, and then you had the other one from Minnesota, and now here we go. Just listen in. It's a lot of people there. They should be out looking.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here today. My name is Hillary Kellner. I am the Communications Director for the Utah Department of Public Safety. This evening, we have FBI Director Patel, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles, Governor Spencer Cox, Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson, and Commissioner Anderson, as well as Commissioner Bo Mason, as well as some local partners here present with us today. Governor will kick it off. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate the media and the partnership we have with you in helping us to get information out to the public so that we can catch this assassin and hold him accountable. We are going to share a portion of a video and that we have of the suspect, as well as some new stills. Those have already been released, but we want to make sure that they get as much attention as possible so that we can get help from the public in tracking down this evil human being. So we're going to cue up the video right now. Show that. I've asked Commissioner Bo Mason if he would narrate to you what is happening in this video.
Thank you, Governor. Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. If you look up to the top left, you'll see the building where the shooter was proned out in the top left corner. We'll go ahead and play that video and I'll narrate as we walk through that. So here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that. It's important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive t-shirt with an American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information. Here you see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area, around the parking lot. We're going to pan to the right. After he crosses the street, this is where he moves over into the wooded area. This is the video evidence that we utilize to track his movements and to locate that firearm in that wooded area following the discovery of this evidence. Good. You want to go to the stills? So here's the still photographs I mentioned. These have been enhanced. So these are slightly different than what we introduced earlier. Please pay close attention to the t-shirt. Like I said, very distinctive with that American flag and that eagle, the hat with the triangle, and the sunglasses. If you'll go to the next picture, please. The backpack as well, all identifying features that we're hoping the public can help us identify and lead us to this suspect. Next picture. And again, there's a better picture of the hat with that triangle logo, and again, the t-shirt, blue jeans, and you get a good look at those Converse tennis shoes as well. We have pushed these out. We'll continue to push these out, and we just ask for the public's cooperation through the public. The tips that have been coming in are what are giving us our next leads and enabling us to continue to further this investigation. We've had great cooperation from the public, and we're continuing to ask for that as we move forward. Thank you, and I'll turn the time back over to Governor Cox.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Mason. I want to thank Director Patel and his team. It's great to have them on the ground with us tonight. We've had several briefings, and he's had an opportunity to walk the crime scene. We appreciate our local law enforcement here. Again, we have Mike Smith, who is the county sheriff here. We have all of our local chiefs of police that are here as well, all working hand in hand with the state and with the FBI as we move forward with this investigation. Now, I'll just give you a little warning. We will not be taking any questions at this time. We're giving you the latest information we have, being as transparent with everything that we have. But I do want to share a couple things that I think are important. We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing. This case also highlights the dedication of our law enforcement community. We have 20 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners that are working shoulder to shoulder to find the person who committed this horrific crime. With their support, we've completed nearly 200 interviews. As you're aware, as has already been reported, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification and arrest of the person responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk. We also continue to implore the public to support this investigation and come forward with any information. We are truly hopeful that this video and new photos will lead to even more tips. We are processing. We have an incredible team, a state and federal team working together to process those tips. We are going out in tandem to interview any potential person of interest or suspects. But we need, again, we need as much help as we can possibly get. Any videos or photos that you might have, the public, should be submitted to our digital media tip line, which is www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. Again, that is fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. You can also provide general tips about the shooting by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 1-800-CALL-FBI, or at tips.fbi.gov. This is, I would just say, this is not just a local matter here in Utah. We have people all over the country that are helping to bring this perpetrator to justice for Charlie Kirk and his family. I will just add as well that, as was mentioned, there is a lot of forensic evidence that is being processed right now at both the state lab and the federal labs, federal lab on the East Coast. So we are working in tandem together. I would also just add a word of note for those people who are spending so much time on social media. I think Charlie said it best, that when things get bad, we should put our phones down and spend a little time with our families. There is a tremendous amount of disinformation. We are tracking our team, the state team, and I'm sure the federal team as well. What we're seeing is our adversaries want violence. China, we have bots from Russia, China, all over the world that are trying to instill disinformation and encourage violence. I would encourage you to ignore those, to turn off those streams, and to spend a little more time with our families. We desperately need some healing. We'll have more to say about that in the days and weeks to come. more than anything, we are going to catch this person. Last thing I will just say is we've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah. Again, to the public, to those who are grieving, thank you for your prayers. I know we are feeling those prayers. I know the Kirk family is feeling those prayers as well. We pray that God will bless our nation at this very dark time. We can start healing by finding this perpetrator and holding him accountable, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.
So Cash didn't speak? Okay, that was kind of weird there. Let's bring it back to me. I mean, I would expect a little bit more out of Cash. It makes you wonder what the hell is really going on. What is going on? Like, I thought this was a FBI update or meeting or whatever they wanted to call it, a powwow. But Cash Patel did, and Giovanni, like all these. Wait a minute. I'm trying to process what the fuck did I just witness. We just had a meeting, and Cash Patel didn't even speak. He didn't even get to speak. I mean, let me know in the chat. Did you see the Bongino or Cash Patel speak or make any like commitments and promises? Like, nope. So what is going on? I feel bad for the FBI because it's just such a department that needs to be like gutted out. It's like, what good are they if they're not even good police officers? They're not even good police officers. They're only good like to be behind the desk. That's it. That's all they're good at. That's disturbing, man. The fact that this guy, young 31-year-old, dead. And if it's a trans shooter, that's even going to be worse for the trans. And they're celebrating. You should see them. There's videos of them celebrating. It's disgusting. You have all these like far. I don't know what's going on in their heads to even think that way. To have someone assassinated and yet celebrate an assassination, like how fucked up you must be in your head to even be able to do something like that. You know, that's just so disturbing, man. It is so disturbing. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I is it gonna get better? No. Are they gonna catch this person alive? That's the real question. Are they? Is this a dead or alive with the money? That's just my question. Is do they have? I don't know. I don't know information because they don't release all the information. They give out a little bit. They didn't even give an update on the picture or a clarification on the picture or more clarity or more. They didn't give shit. They wasted. I'm trying to come to fucking my head, right? Because my head is about to explode. They made us wait an extra 45. What is it, like 25 minutes on them, and they came out for that shit. Oh man. Oh, you already know how I'm gonna start off. This is already. I'm already getting really upset because it's just so it just shows the incompetency of the damn FBI and all these alphabetical gang. That's what I call them. Their gangs. Our government gangs. Um, it's a failure. It's just a failure. It's like the dumb leading the dumb. Like I know Patel's there, but all those agents out there are just like as dumb as can be. And the fact that they're agents, and I mean, they need to really clean out the FBI and really vet everybody and get out the DEI hires out of the FBI, because I believe there's a lot of DEI hires within the FBI. Let's check this out. Benny Johnson.
Do you know that there are satellites that are so powerful that they can look out into space and see galaxies billions of light years away? They're powered by AI and nuclear power and solar, and they can be turned around at the world and read the date on a penny dropped into the deepest pool at your local water park. These are incredible times, and we have sophistication from a scientific and technological basis that we've never had before as a culture and as a nation, yet we can't find Charlie Kirk's killer, and it's maddening and enraging. And in fact, the best video that captures the actual shooter, the assassin, is this right here. Watch. Can you see the assassin? This is right here, the best video of that event. The murder, political assassination of Charlie Kirk. Here it is up close, right there. See that? That's it. That's just a little blurb. There's the little blur. That's all you can see right there. That dot.
Yeah.
That is the individual on the rooftop, allegedly. It's the best that we have. It's enraging. It's maddening. And it is now well past 24 hours since the political assassination of Charlie Kirk. This is all we have from the feds. Now, perhaps the feds know more, but this is what we got, ladies and gentlemen. This grainy, maybe 720p, less pixelated image of a white male, and it's up for debate. In a t-shirt, jeans, long sleeve black t-shirt, jeans, the American flag and an eagle on it, clearly trying to blend in. And this is all we've seen. Identify this person of interest, they're asking from the FBI. They've released photos of the sniper nest right here, where you can see the direct line of sight straight down to Charlie, where Charlie was sitting right there. A total incomplete kill box. Trump says he has an indication of the motive and that it may well be a trained assassin. That's what President Trump said at the White House. Law enforcement did delay one of their press briefings today because they said there were rapid developments. Ladies and gentlemen, TMZ has just released the biggest rapid development as of yet. Now, thank God, we have some video. This is all we had all day, was this. This is the best that we had. We finally have some video of Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin. I'm only saying alleged because, well, we know so little. But this absolutely does look like the person of interest. TMZ with this video out moments ago. Let's watch. So this is from a residential camera.
We saw this earlier.
You can see the alleged sniper walking with a massive limp. Now, could this be because the rifle was hidden in their
pants?
Yep. Right up through their shirt. So they're walking in order to conceal what would be a long gun?
Yep.
Potentially. Does this person walk with a limp? I don't know. And then after the shooting, the person wandering back out into the woods where allegedly they found the rifle. So there you can see what the footage looks like. There you can see the individual walking. Many people are speculating that this is because of some type of concealment with the rifle, and you can see some small movement there in the bushes. They allegedly, in that tree line, were able to find the 30-06, and according to some reports, there is the perpetrator. According to some reports, there was political iconography carved into some of the bullet casings in that firearm. So that is the new video. And let's look now to the brand new photos. Thankfully, at time of recording, we've just received these new photos that are slightly higher definition and or enhanced. You can see the Land of the Free shirt there, clearly an op. You can see the individual in higher definition here than the extremely grainy photos, 420 or 780p. Somebody has to know who this is. Someone must know who this is. The backpack, although it doesn't look necessarily like a tactical backpack, just looks like your average student, concealed, however, with a hat on and with sunglasses. Does the FBI know who this is? Charlie Kirk shooting, person of interest, headed to campus with possible gun. Because of the limp, that is what people are saying. That it could potentially be the assassin carrying the weapon. New security footage of the alleged Charlie Kirk assassin. The man appears to be limping. POTUS says he intends on attending Charlie Kirk's funeral. Ladies and gentlemen, J.D. Vance out carrying the coffin of Charlie Kirk moments ago. An absolutely brutal and extremely painful video to watch. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the vice president was carrying his casket. Wow.
Rest in peace, Charlie.
Wow.
How do we fix this? Well, first you got to look at evil in the face. You got to call it out. And you must do something. You must do something. What does that mean for us? Well, you have to find the gunman. You have to find him. Identify him. You have to find out who was funding him.
Wow.
It's a remarkable
That's
to me.
sad,
It has
man.
been now 18 hours since Charlie was fatally struck by a single bullet, and we still don't know anything about the gunman.
No, we don't.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
stay
crazy.
tuned. We will not quit. Support any.
That's crazy. They don't know the killer. They don't know who he is, what he's about. They don't know anything. I mean, they found the weapon. They found a weapon and stuff, but is it truly the weapon? Do we have any forensic on it? Do we have the bullet that killed Charlie? Did they ever retrieve that bullet? Did they retrieve the casing of that bullet that was shot out? So many questions. It's like, why is it taking so long to find this individual? And you saw the individual jump down from the building. Like, hold on, I could go back and show you guys. Like, that person jumped from the building and landed on the ground. Like, that was crazy. Let me see. And that was on the Let me see. Was it this one? I think it was a JR Investigates. JR Investigates is just the one that had the. Let me see here. No, this is not it. Give me one sec. I'm trying to see what I got here. That's not it. I think did I close it out? Oh, goodness gracious. Is it this one? No, that's not this one. But you're gonna get a lot of, like I said, you're gonna get a lot of people doing their own little investigations, which is good because, like, the internet, like I said, they're really good at getting this information and getting information. Like, the internet is very undefeated when it comes to that, for sure. I think, let me see. I heard a click sound. What is? I think that was a video that Tyson put up. Tyson put up a video, so let's watch Tyson's video. Tyson just put up a video. I'm getting tired myself, so I'm probably gonna be dropping off here. It was a great show. I had a great time. Tyson was here today, and it was a good thing. Now, give me 1 second. What is this thing doing? I gotta reset this computer because it's doing crazy shit. I'm not used to doing this crazy shit on my computer. It usually corrects itself after. Oh, there's a couple of them. A couple of videos, actually. Let me figure this out. Where's Tyson? He just put up a couple of minutes ago. Let me find it. Okay, we got some more announcements here we gotta watch. Because I'm not getting off here until I see it. Wow, I don't even see the notification here for the Tyson. That's crazy. I just got it on my phone, but I don't even have it here. Okay, well, let me go directly to his channel. Because I know I got that. Let me see if I refresh it. No, it's not even here. Okay, well, as I'm working on this, I'm getting a couple of videos for us to watch, and then I'll be calling it a night. Let's go over to Tyson DeLacruz. Oh, the train of truth is here. Is it a video or is it a short? My system is acting a little funky tonight. It doesn't even let me want to check. That's crazy. What is going on? Tonight is just not the night for my system. All right, let me see if I can refresh it. The computer just wants to go a little crazy tonight. It doesn't want to open up Tyson. It doesn't want to let me open up Tyson's. Wow, that's nuts. What's going on here? What's this conspiracy going on here? Yeah, it's not letting me. Let me close some of these windows. Maybe by closing some of these windows. I doubt it because it's not even It's not even letting me get into his videos. Wow. I gotta let Tyson know that. I'm like, yo, man, I try to get to your channel. I can't even get into your videos. My system's acting crazy. Yeah, it won't let me. Wow, that's weird. Let me see. How can I get in? I don't know. Well, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, I got it here. So I could open. Let me see. I could probably open it up from here. It don't let me go to his videos. Like I can show you guys. Hold on. I like to show proof. So let's show proof. No, like Rick, we believe you. It's like, yeah, you're gonna believe me, all right. Like, all right, I'm sharing his page. So this is what I'm dealing with, resizing problems. And then I come over here and I go to his videos and it doesn't let me. Shorts, nothing. And I'm clicking live, nothing. Podcast, nothing. And I'm clicking. That's my right click. And then my left click, it doesn't work. Nothing wants to work. So I gotta go manually, and then the resizing is driving me crazy. So I have to come all the way over here, drag down, and then here's the video that I wanted to bring up. So I'm gonna click on that. It opens a new window for some reason. I don't understand that either. Never done that before. So let's go ahead and unmute here and set this video up. There's a couple of videos I want to watch, but I want to leave Tyson's for last. So let me close this out. Close. Okay, close. Which is this one? I don't even know what this is about. Okay, yes, these are two that I wanted to see with you guys. And we're gonna watch it before we watch Tyson. Tyson, I think I want to leave for last and off the show with Tyson. So let's watch these two videos. Let me set them up. I think he's doing the sizing thing. I don't understand why I think he's doing that. Let's kind of resize it here. Let's come over to this side. And then I got the Tyson video that I want us to finish off and watch. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and watch some Jason A. Let's get Jason A on here. Let's put it over here. Come on. There we go.
Fitness center, dog park, outdoor kitchens, but something's missing. So there are no cars in this community at all.
Isn't it great?
Cul-de-sac is the first community in the U.S. designed and built specifically for car-free living. Co-founder Ryan Johnson says the demand is strong.
Every generation, and including 90% of Gen Z, would like to pay more to live in a walkable neighborhood.
Retail, restaurants, and to start, nearly 200 apartments, all within steps of each other. No cars means no parking spaces, no garages.
All right, check this out. If Bill Gates gets his way, Arizona could be home to a brand new cutting-edge smart city. A real estate investment firm owned by the computer billionaire recently bought a giant plot of land in the far West Valley for $80 million.
All right, well, billionaire Bill Gates is feeling it. He's dropping some major cash to build a brand new city of the future. Gates snapping up 25,000 acres thousands of acres in Arizona. That's huge. Price tag $80 million.
Well, he is, of course, one of the richest men in the world, and he just bought a big piece of land right here in Arizona. But what will billionaire Bill Gates do with 25,000 acres in Tonopah?
Next comes the fun part. The co-founder of Microsoft plans to build a smart city with cutting-edge technology about 50 miles west of Phoenix. 80,000 homes and plenty of room for industry with high-speed data centers and self-driving cars. Are you ready for this, Bill?
Hit me.
The name of the city, the new city, will be Belmont.
Belmont.
Go where you will with that.
How about Gatesville or
The proposed community will be turned into its own smart city. It'll be designed around high-speed networks, self-driving cars, high-speed digital networks, data centers, and new manufacturing technologies. 3,800 acres will go towards office, commercial, and retail space. 470 acres will be used for public schools. That leaves for room for 80,000 residential units. Now, it's unclear how much Gates will be involved in the project so far. Experts say the land Gates' company has purchased is in a good spot, in part due to the proposed I-11 freeway, which would run right through Belmont and connect to Las Vegas. So far, still no word on when construction will start.
Sprawling metropolis of Phoenix is an unlikely place to build an apartment complex without parking for residents. Car dependency is just part of life for most people there. But a new development in the suburb of Tempe is providing a blueprint for more environmentally friendly and car-free living. Stephanie Tsai has this report for our Tipping Point series and our Arts and Culture series, Canvas.
The vast suburbs of Phoenix make driving a necessity for most people who live here.
There's not a drop of asphalt in the project.
But developer Ryan Johnson, who grew up in the area, has a different vision for its future. And it starts with this apartment complex in the city of Tempe.
It's a 1,000 person neighborhood where it's the first car-free neighborhood built from scratch in the U.S.
Car-free meaning no parking spaces for the more than 300 residents.
I love it so far. It's done wonders for my lifestyle.
Raven Ross, a full-time artist, moved to Cul-de-sac last February. When residents sign a lease, they agree to not keep a car at the property.
So how has it been being without a car? So I take public transit now. So sometimes my bus stop can be like a 13-minute walk, or it can just be a 2-minute walk. So just having that walking time every day that I probably wouldn't normally get if I had a car has been a benefit.
The savings from not having a car can be up to $1,000 a month, and Ross has lost 25 pounds since moving here. Araceli Delgadillo and her family are big on bikes. Even the 5-year-old rides.
How do you take a watermelon back from the grocery store on a bike?
Well, I don't think we've tried that yet. Just the little ones, but not the super big ones. But we have a cargo bike for that now, so probably would work.
She and her husband sold their cars and home to move to Cul-de-sac last July.
We used to have to commute 26 miles every day, twice a day, 5 times a week. It was just so rough on me. So I'd always sit in the passenger and I'd look around and I'd just see everybody kind of like a zombie.
Like miserable and in traffic.
Because we don't have residential parking, it opens us up to have 55% landscape space. We get to add so much to the neighborhood.
Like social spaces around every corner. The complex is strategically located right next to the area's light rail system. All residents get a free pass. The first 200 also get a free electric e-bike, and a partnership with Lyft gets them discount rides.
I've been fine just going via rail or just biking.
Juan Ramos, among the first 100 to move in here, grew up in Arizona, but left because he didn't like the car-dependent sprawl. At 27, he just came back. He says living car-free has opened his eyes.
Frankly, for most of the apartments I've lived in for years, I've never even talked to my neighbors. I know people, that's Pete over there, that's Ben over there, and I'm like, that's the first time I've said that.
Residents often gather near the retail stores, which focus on small businesses. Jada Stratman is moving both her Home Sense business and herself in.
It's not as affordable out here as it was a few years ago, and having that opportunity to live and work where you are and just have it as one, that's perfect.
So if you build an office,
or an office building, you have to supply something around 3 parking spaces per 1,000 square feet of office space. Or if you're building an apartment complex, you have to supply 1 or 2 parking places for every unit that you're building. So with all this parking that's required for everything that we do, parking becomes ubiquitous, it's free, and we all expect free parking everywhere we go. And because of that, we all drive everywhere.
The parking requirements started in earnest before World War II, and by the 1950s had become commonplace in American urban planning. The result in Phoenix is not only sprawl, but heat. Climate change has led to record-breaking summers in the Valley of the Sun.
One of the reasons that Phoenix is continuing to get hotter and hotter, especially in the summer months, it's the overnight temperatures that are really rising. And a lot of that is heat that's trapped in our roads and our parking lots that is just being released overnight.
With a mind toward climate change and sustainable development, Tempe's parking policies are evolving.
So we've reduced our parking requirements, especially if you're attached to a major public transit route, for example. We've made it easier to have less parking. We've also made our buildings face a street, face the pedestrian environment, face public transit, rather than having a building separated by a large parking lot from the street.
It's better to build walkable neighborhoods. It's better for climate. It's better for health. It's better for happiness. It's better for low cost of living. It's better for low cost of government. It's a better way to build cities, and it makes for a better life.
Whether the concept can be replicated elsewhere and whether there is political will to is an open question.
So what happens if you have an emergency?
Cul-de-sac is a tiny oasis in a vast desert of suburban sprawl.
It's pretty much the middle of nowhere, open desert off Interstate 10 in Tonopah, 50 miles west of Phoenix. But it may not be empty space much longer. This undeveloped land could soon be transformed into a sprawling smart city with all the high-tech, cutting-edge gadgets you could ask for.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a good change for us all.
I don't know if I would want technology to take too much control and take away from the human aspect of life.
A real estate investment firm owned by billionaire Bill Gates just bought the giant plot of land for $80 million with the hope of building a forward-thinking community called Belmont, full of new technologies and high-speed data networks. The smart city would have the room for 80,000 homes, 3,800 acres of office and retail space, and 470 acres for public schools. The streets would be filled with self-driving cars, and every home equipped with features you control with your smartphone or iPad. Lights, thermostat, locking the front door.
We would be one of the first.
Ron Schott with the Arizona Technology Council tells us building a smart city from scratch is a lot easier than trying to rebuild an existing community.
If you asked people 5 years ago, will there be unmanned automobiles driving around in the Phoenix and the Valley, that have said you're nuts. But guess what? We've had them now for quite some time.
There's no timetable for when the smart city would be built, but Schott says it could easily be done in the next 5 to 10 years.
That's a waste. What a waste. I'm sorry, but I feel like that's a waste of money. And 5 years? That's a little bit too quick. Just saying, technology speeds and changes every year. So by the time they start building, their shit's going to be old. So I don't know. Let's go on to the next story here from Jason A. And then we'll end off the show with Tyson DeLacruz. So with that said, let's go ahead and pop this up. Here we go.
We put it out to our scientific friends to pressure test it, to analyze it, and go, did we get this right? Do we think this is signs of ancient life on Mars? And after a year of review, they've come back and they said, listen, we can't find another explanation. So this very well could be the clearest sign of life that we've ever found on Mars.
Nate, I'm thinking they probably have some comments behind the scenes on this one.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I'll quote Charlie Dagger. Me too,
Yeah.
Charlie. This is terrifying, Tony.
I haven't seen an American missile bounce off an object on video since the movie Independence Day. Right. I mean, this is some weird stuff. And either it's an alien, not good, or some other country has an amazing new piece of flying machinery that is immune to missiles. Also not good.
Yeah, somebody call Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum because we're going to need some help.
Yeah.
Well, US space agency NASA says its Perseverance Mars rover has found potential signs of ancient life on the red planet. The agency has told journalists they found evidence of possible microbial activity in rock samples.
So it just kind of suggests that life on Mars could have lasted a lot longer and been a whole lot more recent than originally thought. Now, these samples were collected last year in July. NASA's Perseverance rover found a rock on Mars called Chiava Falls. It drilled a sample from it, and NASA thinks it could have clues to ancient life. The rock is made of clay and silt. This is great for preserving signs of microbes. There's our first clue. Now, the rover also found colorful mineral spots. These are called leopard spots. And those minerals, they're usually found on Earth, and they're often created by tiny life forms. Scientists say those spots can also form without life, but that usually means high heat or acidic conditions, and experts say that most likely didn't happen there.
Scientists immediately knew. It was interesting. We hadn't seen anything like that before on Mars. And so they've done the analysis on these leopard spots. And we think they are potentially made by some sort of ancient life. We look at everything we know about life on Earth. And this is the kind of signature that we would see that was made by something biological.
All right, our panel remains. Buzz Aldrin, the NASA astronaut, second man on the moon, remains. We're going to have him pick up in a moment his description of that thing flying across the sky as he heads toward the moon. Five Symington now joins us, the former governor. Buzz, what did you see?
What did I see during the flight?
Yeah,
we saw one of the four panels, the 99.999. And these are three guys who have flown in space twice and have looked out at the stars and all sorts of things. So believe, yes, we certainly saw something. We could see, look at it in a second. I know, it was one of the panels, yeah. So that's like a lot of people have said things that I saw. That doesn't mean that I don't want to reveal the source of national television.
Someone very close to you told me that you had another sighting that you actually chased.
In your years of flying, as you've seen strange things?
I was flying a T-33, I guess, and I looked out and saw a star out there. But it wasn't a star, it was Venus. But it kept following me all along. And you would swear that it's another object out there, and you can turn and... I want to congratulate you on your magic show last night with all the illusions, because now we're getting a lot more illusions tonight. And both sides of this, I really do believe that you need to have very firm evidence. And cover-up is something that just doesn't exist for very long. Sooner or later, somebody's going to squeal on it, or and I just can't believe that we would be covering up such a major, significant event as true evidence of beings from somewhere else.
Governor,
does it mean that some form of life could have been involved in forming these rock formations?
That's right. So the team that was examining this considered lots of different potential explanations for how these things could have formed, including things that don't involve life. Maybe one of the important things to know about this is some of the processes that we think were important in forming these without life typically take place at high temperatures. And using the best techniques that we could available to us on the rover, it doesn't look like these rocks ever experienced those kinds of temperatures. In contrast, on Earth, there are microorganisms that do those reactions regularly. And in fact, at the same time as these rocks were being deposited on Mars, there were organisms on Earth already doing this as well.
Which is incredibly exciting.
NASA says the sample was investigated by top scientists around the world for about a year, and so far they're backing the hypothesis. The rover found the rock in a massive crater that used to be full of water billions of years ago.
Jezero is also indisputably the site of an ancient lake.
NASA's next goal is to bring the sample back home. Scientists say it has to be tested on Earth to fully confirm its origin, but its journey home is still up in the air because of proposed Trump budget cuts to NASA.
There could be a better way to do this to get these samples back. And I again, just to continue with missions that I don't think can meet budgets and timing, I think would be foolish on my part.
The rover collected what it needed from the crater and will continue looking for life on Mars.
Yeah, and this is just one out of 27 other rock samples that NASA's Perseverance rover collected. And so scientists say each sample suggests maybe some more clues about life on the red planet. From NASA's Johnson Space Center, Sarah Legray, Fox 32, Chicago.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, and bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
The Hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid. There's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. What seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected or in some case perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750 new UAP sightings in the 2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes. Yes.
Me too. There's a lot of information that's not in that video, like what mission they were on, and as they said, what are we even looking at here? We do know that the U.S. military was conducting airstrikes against Houthi targets at the time. Pentagon officials tell CBS News, no comment.
Now, is there ever going to be the chance to bring some of these samples back to Earth to look at them closely here?
I genuinely hope so. I think getting this sample back could answer some of the biggest questions that we have about life and its place in the universe.
Habitation on the moon. We can visit other people with their habitation. We can keep track. If there's something very important to be developed from the moon, I'm not sure what it is right now. And I sure think we should identify what it is for America to make such gross expenditures again for human habitation on the moon. We can help. We can join with together.
Why you didn't do it back in your days?
Explore the moon and develop the moon. We should go boldly where man has not gone before. Fly by the comets, visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars. There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on this little potato-shaped object that goes around Mars once in 7 hours. When people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there? Who put that there? Well, the universe put it there. If you choose, God put it there. Maybe
makes you question their sanity, right? Because you would say, okay, well, if that's the case, how come you guys didn't do it back in the 60s, the 50s, 60s? How come you guys didn't do a village? You know, why is there not a moon base now? And how come we don't know how to get back to the moon? We knew how to get back to the moon, and then we don't have the information no more how to get back to the moon. We don't know how to get back to the moon. It's very confusing to me, you know? It's like, what the is going on, you know? Just very weird. All right, now, this is going to be the last of the night. The last video of tonight is Tyson DeLacruz, and he was here earlier today. Yeah, we had a great time. It was mainly talking about Charlie Kirk, but, you know, that's the news that's dominating right now. So with that said, let's go ahead and set up Tyson Let's get this all set up here. Here we go. Let's watch Tyson DeLacruz.
The killer of Charlie Kirk in Utah has gone in a 24-hour period from "we've got the guy" to a picture of the guy it might be.
America, we have some major updates on the Charlie Kirk assassination case, and what I'm about to show you might piss you off a little bit. The FBI just released some surveillance photos of their person of interest, someone who carried out what experts are calling a quote-unquote professional hit of one of our most prominent conservative voices. But here's the most absolutely sickening thing. While law enforcement is desperately searching for this assassin, liberals across social media are literally celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder like it's Christmas morning. We're talking about a coordinated campaign of pure evil, celebrating death of a husband, a father, because they disagree with his politics.
All right, some breaking news to bring you now in regards to searching for the suspect involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. These two images were shared by the FBI Salt Lake City X account.
What is up, guys? Tyson DeLacruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This story perfectly illustrates how far the left has fallen from political opposition to celebrating political assassinations. We're dealing with pure demonic behavior here. Let me recap what we know about the assassination. Charlie Kirk was speaking at Utah Valley University when a sniper positioned on a rooftop took him out with a single precise shot from a high-powered bolt-action rifle. This wasn't a random campus shooting. Former FBI agents are calling this a quote-unquote professional hit. The shooter demonstrated military-level training. They conducted prior surveillance, gained rooftop access, established a sniper position 450 feet to 600 feet away, took one calculated shot at the upper torso because the tent was blocking Charlie's head, and then vanished without a trace. They had opportunities to create mass casualties, but maintained their particular discipline.
There is a degree of expertise. There is no doubt in my mind this person is to some extent a professional. This was a professional hit by all accounts, especially by the fact that he had an opportunity to discharge that weapon multiple times randomly, but he chose to stay on target.
Here's my take on the assassination. We're dealing with somebody who's been completely radicalized by the left's dehumanization campaigns against conservatives. The person who's been fed a steady diet of conservatives are fascists. They're threats to democracy. They're literally Hitler for so long that they genuinely believe political assassination is justified. They've been programmed to see people like Charlie Kirk not as a fellow American with different views, but as an existential crisis that needs to be eliminated. Now let's talk about the FBI's person of interest. They just released two surveillance photos showing somebody in a black baseball cap, dark sunglasses, wearing dark clothing. This matches the initial reports of the shooter that was dressed in all black.
We are asking for the public's help identifying this person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. It includes the 1-800-CALL FBI number and then a link to digital media tips.
Here's what's significant about the FBI releasing these photos. Initially, they said they weren't going to release any images because they believed that they could find the suspect on their own. The fact that they're now asking the public for help tells us that they may have hit a dead end in this particular investigation.
Yeah, and this is interesting because when we took the press briefing earlier, one of the officials stated that they were not going to release the video or any identity.
The FBI has received over 130 tips so far, but the person is still on the loose. They recovered a high-powered bolt-action rifle in a wooded area where the shooter fled, and they're analyzing it for fingerprints and other forensic evidence. They've also collected footprint impressions, palm prints, and forearm prints from the scene. What's particularly concerning is this person appears to be college age and could blend in with the college environment very easily. This fits the profile of a radicalized student who's been indoctrinated by the leftist professors and social media that believe violence against conservatives is not just acceptable, but necessary. But here's what really exposes the evil that we're dealing with here. The reactions from the left to Charlie Kirk's assassination. Within hours of the news breaking, social media was flooded with liberals celebrating the death like they just won the freaking lottery.
Well, I just saw the video of Charlie Kirk getting his box boomed. I mean, boomed, gone. I have no issue with it. The clown always comes back to bite.
Stoked right now? You want to know why I'm so fucking stoked?
Go ahead and Google Charlie Kirk. Go ahead, read the latest headlines, and you'll see why I'm so yes.
I'm talking about thousands of posts, memes,
Wow.
and comments expressing joy that a husband and father was brutally murdered. They're calling it karma, saying he got what he deserved and making jokes about his assassination. This wasn't just a few fringe lunatics. This was a coordinated celebration of political murder by mainstream leftists. This is what the liberal hive mind has become, a demonic collective that celebrates death when it serves their political agenda. They completely abandoned their humanity in service of their ideology.
By the sword, die by the sword. He did say that gun deaths were an acceptable side effect of gun rights.
They become so consumed with hatred for anyone who disagrees with them that they literally cheer when those people are killed.
We don't know if the suspect is also the person of interest here on your screen. You would assume that's it. But again, just separating facts from what we know so far, expecting an update later on in the day.
Think about how dark and cold you have to be to celebrate a murder of somebody you never even met, someone who just is exercising their First Amendment rights on a college campus. Charlie Kirk wasn't threatening anybody. He was engaging in debate and discussion. He was trying to educate people about conservative principles. The celebration of Charlie Kirk's assassination perfectly illustrates the liberal hive mind mentality. They don't think as individuals anymore. They think as a collective. When the hive decides somebody is an enemy, every member of the collective automatically adopts the hatred without question.
On one hand, I was praying for assassins to come back. You know what I'm saying? So on the other hand, how can we hire this nigga to get exactly who we want? Like, he was so close. Now, just try harder, you know what I'm saying? Look at the pamphlet we sent out.
They've been so programmed to see conservatives not as fellow Americans with different political views, but subhuman enemies who deserve to die. This is exactly how genocide starts, with dehumanization campaigns that makes one group see the other less than human. The mainstream legacy media has been complacent in this dehumanization. For years, they portrayed every conservative as a fascist, as a Nazi, as a threat to democracy, as an enemy of the state. They create an environment where viewers generally believe that people like Charlie Kirk are so dangerous that violence against them is justified.
Perfect, because as we were just talking about a moment ago with Alan, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. The carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
I must admit, I'm at a loss to guess as to what happens next.
And now we're seeing the logical endpoint of that rhetoric: political assassination followed by mass celebration. This is what happens when you spend years telling people that their political opponents aren't just wrong, they're evil and need to be eliminated.
Charlie Kirk got shot and he's dead. Finally, somebody with a gun, which is almost everybody in the fucking states, grew a pair and fucking went and shot somebody on the right side. Thank you. Can we keep this up, please?
The fact that thousands of liberals are openly celebrating a murder on social media shows you exactly how far they've fallen. They've lost their souls. They become exactly the kind of people that make political violence possible. People who have abandoned basic human decency in service of their own political agenda. What we're witnessing isn't just political, it's spiritual. This level of hatred, this celebration of murder, this complete abandonment of human decency, this is demonic. There's no other way to describe it. When you look at the assassination of a husband and a father and feel joy instead of horror, when you celebrate the murder of somebody because their political beliefs, when you completely dehumanize the half of the country, you cross the line from political opposition into something much more darker. This is what evil looks like in the modern world. It doesn't always come with horns and pitchforks. Sometimes it comes with X accounts and college degrees, celebrating murder while claiming moral superiority. The liberal hive mind has become a cult of death that celebrates violence to anyone who won't conform to their ideology. They've abandoned every principle they claim to believe: tolerance, compassion, human dignity, in service of their political hatred. America, we're not just dealing with political differences anymore. We're dealing with people who have lost their way of humanity, who celebrate murder, who see violence as an acceptable tool for silencing opposition. The FBI needs to catch this assassin before they potentially strike again, but we need to recognize that this assassination didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened because the left spent years dehumanizing conservatives and creating an environment where political violence is seen as justified. Every liberal who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, every media figure who called conservative fascists, every politician who said we were threats to democracy, they all have blood on their hands. They created the climate that made this assassination possible. Charlie Kirk died because he believed in free speech, open debate, and conservative principles. The best way to honor his memory is to continue fighting for those principles, especially when it's dangerous. To the liberals celebrating his death, you've shown your true colors. You've revealed yourself to be exactly who you claim to oppose. History will judge you accordingly. Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe. And as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.
Yo, Tyson DeLacruz. Thank you, Tyson, for another great upload. Really interesting times we're living in, for sure. Very, very interesting times. And is things going to get better? This week, I told you, since yesterday, I checked my show yesterday to see, and I noticed at the end of my false ending part of my show, because then I had the breaking news, and then I had to continue the show. So I just continued the show, went through the whole sequence of ending the show, and thought I was done until breaking news popped in, and I had to go back live. And I kept saying he was dead because I felt the energy that he died. I felt like his energy, like that, the cycle of going through a death, it's just I felt it in my body, and I knew, and I let Tyson know, look, this guy, I believe he's dead. And the way he got killed is such a horrible way, you know? And I hope when they find the killer, when they find the assassin, and if they get the opportunity, if they are trying to, if the assassin's trying to attack the agents, I hope they take a good shot in the middle of his head and blow his head off. You know, just one shot, right? An eye for an eye. He took out someone that was needed, this country needed. And the fact that he thinks he silenced that voice and that energy, I truly doubt it. I'm sure it's got a lot of fire in the youth, especially the ones that really wanted to see Charlie in person and now are not being able to because of him not being with us anymore. The youth, they won't forget this. The Democrats have major, like, they should need to abolish the party, get rid of the party, no more parties. It's all of us, all united people voting together to come up with one person to run the country. We don't need a left or a right. We have all of us together, and then we vote. You know, that's just how it should be. It shouldn't be like popularity. It should be like the whole country votes. You know, and everyone that are Americans, they vote. Now the illegals, you don't vote. You don't count. You know, you should be going back to your country anytime soon. So Don't stick around too much. I say move now before it gets cold, you know? Because the winter's going to get really cold and ice is going to be out and about. I'm just letting you know, it's going to get real cold in the winter. So if I was illegals, I would see my way out. I would get that plane ticket. I would take that $1,000 check and be gone, you know? So with that said, I'm going to wrap up the show. I'm tired. I'm going to get to bed, but it was a great show. Thank you, Tyson, again for coming through. That was amazing. And we still have our hearts and our prayers with Charlie's family and his kids and family and friends. Thinking about all you guys and hope that by the time we wake up, the killer will be caught. Right? That would be a great way to wake up. Wake up while the killer is under cuffs and captured. That would sound so good. All right, guys. Have a good night. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I'll catch you on the flip side. And I'll be back on tomorrow to recap of what has happened overnight or during the day tomorrow. Let's see what happens. It's Friday. I love Fridays. Hope you guys like Fridays. At least for me, it's like Waffle Friday. I love Waffle Fridays. All right, guys. You have a good one, and be peaceful and stay peaceful. We don't need to be all crazy. Just learn to love again, and we'll be fine. Peace.